We have a jam-packed episode today.
Sorry, that's the worst thing you've ever said.
Well, this is breaking news to me. I haven't heard anything about this.
Quick story time.
I had that freaking near fatal collapse. You didn't.
Welcome to Zeducation University, the world's first tuition-free education program in podcast form. In today's episode, we will be discussing the new Reese's Pieces drama. Did you guys hear about that this morning?
No.
Yeah, I
Good
didn't.
one. Oh, you didn't? It's a good one. The decline of alcohol use in America, voter ID, and the insane emails from the Epstein files. But first, a word from our sponsors, which is ourselves. If you want to support this show, if you've listened to the first 2 episodes so far, head over to Apple or Spotify, download the show, give us a rating there. And if you're watching here on YouTube, please make sure you are subscribed and have the bell clicked for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Also, I see a lot of confusion. I shouldn't say a lot of confusion. Some people watch the clips on the channel and they get confused and think it's the full show. So if you haven't been around for the first couple episodes, we'll be posting the full show on Fridays, and then we'll be posting clips from the show on the same channel throughout the week. A lot of these podcast channels have separate channels for that, but we're going to do it on the same one. I think YouTube was a different time back then when people were doing that. So that's what we got for morning announcements. You guys got anything before we head into this? I got some rapid-fire headlines here in a bit. Speaking of YouTube.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's just hop right into it.
Let's get it. Well, you know what? Actually, take a step back here because I have a confession to make too. Dave, you said you're sick right now? This is the second episode you've been sick.
Dude, I've been sick for like a month and a half. I'm not even lying. I think I've been sick after the new year for about maybe the first weekend.
We need to have like a tracker how many days Dave have been sick.
Yeah. Do you take vitamin D?
Yeah. 2,000 units.
You put K2 in it too?
2,000?
K2 to
No.
bond? No?
No, I don't know.
You got up to 5, dude.
Well, I don't know, but I usually keep it like once a week or 1 week out of the year is kind of how I'm sick, and then that's usually just kind of how it is. It's like 1 week. I've never been sick this long, I think, in my entire life.
Up to 5, I'm telling you. And this is coming
Screw
from...
it, dude. Up to 6.
No, you could have too much vitamin D. But this is coming from that doctor I went to. She said, I walk in. I've told this story many times. But I walk in there, and the first question she asks me, she goes, like a severe allergic reaction. And she asks me, did you take the shot? I was like, nope. Good. You know, you need it. And then the only thing she told me to do was take vitamin D, stop taking amoxicillin, and then take vitamin D. Dr. Fauci take 8,000 units a day. He tell no one, she says. And I'm like, okay. You know, so even Dr. Fauci's taking 8,000 units a day.
And what are you taking?
5,000. And she did not tell me to do K2. But my confession is that we're sick in our house too. My wife was at the ER last night with our daughter.
Really?
Yeah. It was actually really sad. She was puking like every 10 minutes. I'm like,
The littlest one or the oldest?
Oldest one. I'm like, this is not good. It's been going on for like 6 hours. I think we should call the nurse, you know. So yeah, hopefully you guys don't get sick.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here look at some people, I'm just looking on AI right now. Some people mega dose at 50,000 a day.
I don't think that's good. I think you can actually you can have too much. It's not good for your organs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But if you live in Minnesota in the wintertime, you're not taking vitamin D, it's a big problem.
Well, they say that you don't have flu season. You have lack of vitamin D season.
Yeah.
Because there's no sun. So we start losing that sunlight and we're not getting our vitamin D in us. And then our immune system gets weak and boom, there you go.
Dude, I wonder what we're going to be like when we're older. Because, you know, that's a thing when you're old, is you complain about your ailments. It's like, how you doing? Oh, all right. My hips bothered me a little bit. But it's like, okay, yeah, all right. It's just a part of being old, right?
Dude, my hip.
We're already complaining. That's
my hip
point.
is killing me. It's killing me. Actually, I moved. We had a jet ski in the garage that I was doing an oil change on, and I moved it out of the way. I picked it up from the tongue, and I literally dropped it. I was like, no! Like it shot down my hip and into my knee. I was like, what is that? What is that? You know, and I've been limping. Actually, I've been limping since that happened. So I don't know if I tore something or what happened, but
That reminds me of the safe story with you and Bo and Deep.
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
how I didn't break a leg that day.
Dude, seriously.
Dude.
That thing was massive.
So I bought a big gun safe, and
How big?
Yeah, it was pretty big. It was pretty big. Like
500 pounds?
I don't know how much it weighed, but it was the back of a truckload big.
I don't even know if we were out of high school yet. I mean, it was, I don't know.
It was before 2016 area. Like,
So Bo was
before
probably
that.
like 8th grade.
He was pretty
a buck,
little.
$1.30.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. Yeah, it was a while ago. And so I got it back, and Dave and Bo came over to the house to help me unload it. And I was like, all right, guys, I need you to help me carry this downstairs. We had to carry down some stairs, and we were unloading it off the truck. Yeah. And I started sliding it off the truck. I'm in the truck, right? And I have it. I'm holding the one side. And like made. I'm not shitting you. We probably made it like 3 steps or so. I look at them, and they're like, it was pure panic terror on their faces. Both their faces, they're like, it's slipping. I was like, don't you dare let it slip. Don't you dare let it slip. Don't you dare let it slip. Like I was freaking out, right? And who let go of it? Who was it? Someone had a puck that popped. It was just like, boom, it slipped out of someone's fingers. Yeah. It popped out of someone's fingers, and it freaking rolled on my leg.
And I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to get it off you was the thing.
It hurt so bad. It crushed my leg. It did.
Dude.
It literally, like, I was holding it. I was like, boom. It, like, fell on my leg.
Oh, you cried. So you guys, you didn't think about using a dolly or something? Or you just...
We did down the hill, but it didn't really work because it was too heavy.
No, we ended up rolling it down the hill.
Yeah.
We rolled safe down the hill.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, we tried. Because remember, the dolly sank into the soil.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. It was way too heavy. I don't know what we were thinking. I should say, I don't know what I was thinking.
That's amazing.
Oh
Just remember it laying on you.
Like, we can do this. Yeah, we can do this.
It's like, dude, I don't know. Like, for real, because with how little Bo was at the time, and because in high school, I was pretty little.
Yeah,
like I wasn't like a big guy.
140, 145.
Yep. And so when it was laying on you, it's for real. I was like, dude, I don't know if we can roll the thing off you.
I was stuck, actually, legitimately stuck underneath the thing.
Oh, grab a stick. We need some leverage.
Yeah. What is this? The War with Kevin Costner, and he's.
Oh yeah, that's messed up.
I didn't even get injured.
Movie.
I didn't even get injured though.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy because it literally fell off that, like, you know, we were holding it up high and it dropped and
Love that story.
Oh gosh.
All right, well, there we go. There we go. You know what? This is good because the show's about to get real dark at the end of this one. We're going to talk about some of the stuff that's in the Epstein files, but we have a lot of other stuff to go over first. So again, welcome everybody. We're going to start with some rapid fire headlines here. Got a couple of them for you. Robert Duvall passed away at 95 years old. He's in a lot of really big stuff. I believe he was in The Godfather.
Yeah.
So, R.I.P. Robert Duvall.
Days of Thunder.
Days of Thunder.
That was the old war movie, right?
No, Days of Thunder. That was with Tom Cruise, NASCAR movie. Wasn't he
Okay,
the
I remember that movie.
Pit crew guy, or the pit chief.
Yep. And then, what was the war movie? Was it not the Heart of Darkness movie?
That's
no,
what
I'm thinking of Apocalypse Now. That's with Charlie Sheen's dad.
Martin Shkreli or Martin
Sheen.
Martin Sheen.
I can't remember. He's in another good movie, but some more rapid fire headlines here. YouTube was down for a few hours on Tuesday. It was down. That was not good. I was panicking. What am I gonna do? It's almost time for bed. I can't watch a show.
You could still, because what I found is you were still able to access channels. It was just a suggestion for you. We're all disabled.
Yes, you're right.
So what? You couldn't see nothing? You go on there and it was just blank, or what?
Yeah. Well, if you go on the app, when I logged onto the app, it just said YouTube is currently down, or something like that.
Weird. Did they say why? Was it an update, or was like the Tricoms? Like,
I wouldn't be surprised. YouTube,
No, I know why.
Why?
Apparently somebody dropped a bunch of, like, WikiLeaks, a bunch of Israel stuff on there.
On
YouTube.
Is that true?
That was from the YouTube page on, I mean, that's...
Yeah. Maybe, but generally they just ban, like, someone made a video.
No, they like spammed it, so they threw in just so much of it.
Got it.
What happened to WikiLeaks, by the way? It seems like that was like a big thing back in like 2016, 18 area, and I haven't really heard nothing about it anymore.
Didn't he get pardoned?
Yeah, but I just don't think anyone uploads to it, so there's been no new documents, I believe.
Oh,
yeah, that was a wild time. Which some of those revelations from WikiLeaks, the Hillary Clinton emails, are very relevant to the Epstein stuff because they're talking about some similar stuff in there. Using coded word, the hot dogs, like male prostitutes. But
yeah.
Had to rewatch the AJ 9/11 episode with Joe Rogan.
Nice.
And dude, it's everything he said. It's just on point.
I know.
He knew.
We'll get to this. We're not doing rapid fire right now. We got two more here. The men's U.S. hockey team is in the semis. Did you guys watch the game or see the end of it?
Yeah.
So that's on Friday. So when this video comes out, they might be playing.
Wow, they're carrying us.
I know.
Boldy to Hughes.
Quinn Hughes, man. That guy is unreal. We have a shot. I hate to say this as a hopeless Minnesota fan, but we have a shot.
It's the only championship those guys are ever going to win, playing for a Minnesota team.
I know. And then the women's team plays today in the gold medal round, and if they don't win 5-0, I'll be shocked. That team is a juggernaut. A lot of Minnesota girls on there too, which is kind of cool.
It's cool.
It's super cool. And then the last one here, Prince Andrew was arrested this morning, and then more on that in our documentary review. But Dave said it doesn't have to do with the Epstein stuff.
Well, no, he traded insider information to Epstein. So Epstein is involved, but nothing to do with
The girls.
Yeah.
Okay. There we go. So actually, well, one person's being held accountable, at least. We'll say.
And that's from mainstream. That's not wormhole.com.
None of this is wormhole.com.
I know.
Dude, everything we are about to talk about, and that's what we'll talk about later in the show, is verifiable in these emails. It's all there. It's all, and there's some insane stuff. I have 5 emails that I saved that I want to share. And I can't believe there's not more headlines about this stuff.
It's wild.
I was talking about this with my wife last night. I'm like, I'm just burned out of it because I feel like we were talking about it back in 2016, 18 area, just going wild about it and beating the drum, and nobody was listening.
Yep.
Or a lot of people weren't listening.
And then no one's held accountable. And I think there is something to that, though, where I think that's a strategy of politics.
Yeah.
Where politicians know that at some point the story is going to burn out.
It's a marathon.
People are going to move on to the next story. And once you get so far removed to it, doesn't matter anymore. Look at, for example, the JFK assassination. There's a lot to question there. There's a lot of insane stuff, but it's too long ago. Doesn't matter anymore, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, they've been talking about the Epstein, or at least AJ and stuff, been talking about it since, 2002. I'm seeing clips of him talk about it. So,
yeah.
I mean, he's been going on for 25 years now, and he ain't burned out on it.
Well, he's a machine. That's why. But all right, we'll talk more about this at the end of the show. We're going to keep it semi-lighthearted. There's first period. Everyone, grab your notebooks. Once again, if you're on your road to your Zeducation degree, folks, a lot of different degree programs here. This is very important. So take notes. There's going to be an exam at the end of the year, obviously. Only tuition-free university in the country. So, anyways, first period, statistics class. I just have to say that. We got to be proud of this. First period. So, stat number 1. We got 5 fun facts for everyone.
Let's go.
Before I say this one, what airlines do you guys think is the worst airlines? If you had to book a flight today, which airlines would you say, I am not getting on that one?
Spirit.
Oh, yeah. That's easy.
All right.
One.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys said that. I knew you guys would say that because that's what I would say. Since 1983, Spirit Airlines has not killed a single passenger in a crash.
Well,
they have the best safety record in U.S. aviation. I
Maybe
thought that was
not
insane.
Customer satisfaction, though. I'm willing to die if I get to watch a better movie on a bigger screen.
let's go. I would say, what I would be scared of is Alaska Air. Alaska Air's got some. Alaska Air's got the scariest crash that I can think of.
The one where they're upside down?
Yeah, they were upside down for 45 minutes.
Yep. We had to
That's
learn about that
wild.
one.
Yeah.
In air traffic control, we talked and learned about and heard the transmissions. We're talking about the controller contacting them, then contacting other planes to see if they could get visual on that plane, and then the other plane chimed in and was like, "Yeah, it's upside down, right below us."
Dude, they whipped the paperwork. They didn't grease a screw jack for the rudder or for the elevator. So they were going down into the Pacific, and so they flipped it upside down. 45 minutes flew upside down. Finally tried to turn it back around, and they put her in the drink.
This was in our last episode. This is why I hate flying. This is
a theme.
Yep. Another one that I remember listening to that was haunting, and you could probably look this up on YouTube, but when we were going over the transmission stuff, we heard a call. It was, I want to say, the 70s in Texas. They were coming into land in Dallas, and they flew into a thunderstorm. And this is kind of how they started to realize, oh, maybe that's not a good thing. You have these downbursts of wind that if you go into a thunderstorm, not only are you going to get the hail and the rain, but you're going to get this insane, intense burst of wind pushing down on the aircraft, and they were too low that they couldn't pull up.
Mhm.
So we were listening to the pilots going into this storm, and as they're going down, mayday, mayday. Yeah.
Like wind shear.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So you're gonna ask, or you're gonna tell us which one's the worst? I just want to know before you tell us. Is number one something that we definitely know of? Is it a company that we know of?
Yeah, is it not some weird one?
Well, didn't I say Spirit? Spirit is the safest.
Yeah, you said. But are you gonna tell us who's the worst?
Well, let's look it up. I didn't.
You didn't look it up? Oh my
Who
gosh.
is the worst? Who is the worst?
I would guess maybe Southwest. I
You guys
mean,
put together an agenda and you didn't do all the research? Who is the worst airlines for safety?
I would say out of the big airlines, right? Because I mean, it's going to be some like African Air,
There we go.
or something
Yeah.
like that.
Which
but
airline has the worst
I'm gonna
safety
go.
record?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm gonna go
Ooh.
American or United.
out of the major ones?
Out of the majors. Yeah, out of the majors.
I'll go Southwest.
Southwest.
Isn't that fairly new
Okay.
in the last 15 years?
Southwest?
Yeah. Has it always been around?
They've been around for quite a while.
I don't
I'd say longer than 15 years. That's for sure.
When including ground fatalities, American Airlines holds this distinction with
Nice.
2001 crashes of Flight 11. Oh, so this is the year 2000. Or they're including September 11th.
Oh, wow.
So with a combined total of approximately 2,000 deaths, including 416 people on the 3 aircraft. So, I don't count that.
No, that's not a.
Yeah, I don't count that.
I don't count that either. That was an act of terrorism, not an act of.
Yeah.
Mishap.
So we'll have to
Yeah.
do some more research on that. That's your special assignment today, folks. Research. Write a paper. Submit it. You get an A.
You got to think of like cars. Like I always think of the old poo boxes where you see especially in Minnesota and you're in the north where they ice roads. Always you see, at least, well, maybe not anymore, but back in the day, there was always a buddy where you lifted up the floor mat and you could see the road while you're driving.
yeah.
There was a buddy of ours that would open it because he always dipped. So he'd spit the shoe down there. It was so gross, but
So if you're not from Minnesota or like this area, what happens is it rusts out.
yeah.
It completely rusts out. So there's so much rust in the car that you can spit through. I mean, you had bought that truck. Didn't it split in half?
Yeah.
It split in half.
After I sold it.
Oh, after you sold it.
Yeah.
Who'd you sell it to?
Remember?
Oh yeah, I do
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
now. Yeah. I remember now. That's right. Yeah.
No, because it
yeah.
didn't happen to me. When you told me that, I was
That's
like,
right.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
Split in half? Yeah, dude, it happens.
Toyota's got a giant problem with their Tacomas. They actually had
Yeah,
a
dude.
huge recall where they were replacing all the frames because they were splitting like that. Oh,
Oh! The worst is the 80s, like the first gen, Tacoma 4Runner. Those ones are the greatest motors of all time, but the body poops out before the even engine does. So,
Best motors.
Yep.
Best motors.
Just got to put that motor in a Prius, man.
That 4-cylinder.
Oh, dude, just goes.
It does go.
All right, moving on.
Sorry.
Number 2, it is estimated that the Earth's helium supply will have run out by 2030, and party balloons will cost about $90. And there's debate on this one. Some experts say that this is not, it might be in the mid 2030s, it might be in 2040s. But
Well-
we are allegedly going to run out of helium at some point.
The problem
In
with
our
that
lifetime,
is,
probably.
you know what the problem with that is? Is that's how MRIs work. You need helium to
Really?
run MRIs. If we run out of helium, we got no more MRIs. Dundo.
That ain't good.
See, I think we eventually, and this is one of the big things coming out too of just natural resources as far as being chemically made in a lab. And because we started with diamonds, they're now doing it with other stuff. And there's rumors that China has been able to modify and curate gold through a lab, through compounding elements. So if they do that, I'm assuming they'd be able to do helium as well.
They're alchemists, dude.
Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of conversation that China's already on the backside of the moon right now. They're mining helium, aren't they, or some sort of a chemical?
See, I just
Helium-3.
saw something on this
Helium
too.
3? Yeah,
I think that's
like for
the-
cooling of the supercomputers.
That's an abundant resource on the moon, I believe. Helium-3. Have you guys ever seen the movie Moon?
No.
Oh, it's such a good one.
Really?
I thought-
Yeah. It's like a real hidden gem, honestly. It's a psychological thriller too. It's really good.
Moon.
Moon. It's called Moon.
I'm putting that in my notes.
You know
right
what? Let me look it
now.
up. What's the rating on it?
That's
and then we
crazy.
got to stay on track
I've never
here.
even heard
All
of
right.
it.
Moon. Go ahead, Dave.
Did you guys see the India moon landing?
Oh, that wasn't
No.
that wasn't recent though. I thought that happened a long time ago.
It was a little while ago. I never saw the footage of it, but it looked like I saw the edit of it with the Asteroids machine or the Asteroids game. It looked identical.
Okay, while we go to the next
All
one,
right,
pull that up because it is comical. It's really bad. And I thought when I saw this, and maybe we can fact check this. There's like, this isn't real, right? They're not actually. They don't think this is real. Did you see the video?
Are we still talking about the
India?
from India?
Yeah. It's
No, I have not seen the
Well, we'll
video.
have Dave pull it up here. All right, let me move on here. Let me move on. Number 3, while Dave pulls that up, Daniel, you sent this one, and I thought this was interesting, and I think that there's kind of an explanation for what happens now. But so in 1955, America's population was 161 million.
Oh yeah.
In 2025, the population is 348 million. In 1955, there were 560,000 mental asylum patients. In 2025, there are 35,000 mental asylum patients. Now, that number, so the number, where did all these people go? I think a lot of them are on the streets. I think a lot of them are in our universities. I think a lot of them. But there are now 1.2 million people in state and federal prisons, and that number was at about 200,000 in the 1950s. So that's where a lot of these people went. They are now in the prison system. All these crazy people are in jail. So
they didn't catch them before they went to jail.
Yeah,
Should have had filtered them already by that point.
no, I agree. We need to bring in and make insane asylums great again. Absolutely.
I don't even want to get in trouble because there's a lot I could say on this one, right? You know,
Me too.
I mean, like, yeah, I'm like, I feel like you're like throwing landmines out there for us today.
I know. Well, I feel like that kind of ended when, and then we'll get to that video. When was it Geraldo Rivera? He did that investigation, and then he went in, and it was actually horrific. Did you see? You know what I'm talking about? Where Geraldo Rivera went undercover into one of these patient facilities, and there's like, schizophrenic people standing in the corner naked, huddled together. It looked like a scene from that movie with Will Smith, the zombie movie.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Shutter Island.
Well, it's like that too. That's what I think of when I think of like,
Oh
man,
yeah.
I am Legend.
Yeah.
That's what I thought of. It was like, dude, what the? So
Well-
after that, things drastically changed.
Dude, this sounds like the frat house. Did I send you guys that video?
Oh,
That frat
yeah.
house?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
That's what it was like.
Yeah.
That's what it was like.
And dude, the big problem with that is because we know someone really well that worked at, because I mean, Brainerd, Minnesota had, the state of Minnesota was.
Oh yeah, the state hospital.
Yep. And their patient to nurse ratio on overnights was 120 to 1. So when you have that type of ratio, and now like there's state laws, I think the max you can have is like 12 to 1.
What?
So
120 to 1.
dude, it was wild back then. And her stories were pretty insane of what she had to deal with on a daily basis. But
Actually, tell that one story. If you know what I'm talking about, is the craziest
Yeah.
one I heard.
we're because at least back then, when somebody would a killer, so to say, this person was definitely mentally unstable to an extreme. And she would go up behind, she had this weird thing where she would go up behind people and snap their necks. And she that, not even a joke, like it just happened. And she did it to a few nurses and stuff.
And
Like killed
and
them?
killed
or-
them.
Yeah.
Mm.
But I think that is where, now you look at, so in Minnesota, we moved from the state hospital into kind of a group home type facility. And you have like, 1-to-1s, you have 4-to-1s for some of these patients that need that type of monitoring, where, again, 120 to 1. That's absolutely insane.
That is insane. Yes.
Man.
Before we get to number 4 and 5, let's go back to the moon landing thing.
Okay.
Is that one even queued up?
Dave brought it up here.
You queued it up? All right. Man, that's crazy. I had crazy Brenda, a family friend that she would get, they would let her out every once in a while. They'd like electrocute her and then they'd let her out. And she would do stuff like go to the Chevy dealership and buy a Corvette. And they would sell her the Corvette. She would use her welfare money to buy the Corvette. She would drive that Corvette around, then never make another payment. She would trash the thing with like cigarettes would be inside there. And yeah, I mean, it would be, and I can't even over exaggerate enough how nasty it would get inside that car. But every once in a while, I'd be like, Brenda, can I drive one of those Corvettes? She'd show up with like a brand new Corvette, and she was completely freaking off.
How
the
did
wall.
they
Didn't
sell
have
her another
license. I don't even know how you go. I'm like, how do you go in there and buy it? She's like, they give it to me. I'm like, is it stolen? I mean, she'd always have
Is it
the
stolen?
the new plates on there. The whatever.
Yeah.
The temp tag. I don't know, man. Don't ask me.
All right.
You got
I don't know if it might be a little glitchy for a second, because I want to make sure we're not hitting, music.
So when did this come out? Does it say the date on there?
2024.
Okay, that's what I thought.
spacecraft near the south pole of the moon. That really happened, and it's come to my attention that people don't think that's real because of this. This cartoon. People think India is claiming this is their moon landing footage, which I'm very confused by because you think India's claiming to have a second spacecraft filming it land? Here's what happened. The Indian Space Agency, ISRO, live streamed the entire landing, which included this animation. Listen to the live stream.
We can see the visualization of the lander module moving towards the moon's surface.
Okay, hold on, stop.
The current
So they're saying that this is not actually it. They're saying this is a visualization. This is, right?
Yes, but I see her point because that's my question, always has been. It's kind of came out now that, like, Buzz Aldrin came out and said that we had to recreate the moon landing. I've never said that I don't believe we've been to the moon. I just simply say I don't believe in the footage. People lose their mind. And I'm like, because I just don't believe, and he, just due to the radiation, that you can't, it show up with spots on the footage, so they can't take the original footage. But anyway, so they had to recreate it, and I'm sure that's what they had to do if they made it there.
So they're just trying to make a visualization for the people that are watching them do blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
This
Allegedly.
moon
Yeah.
landing.
That's what I took out of it.
Okay.
So maybe that's a nothing burger.
Maybe. But then apparently China's been there more than anyone.
Oh, back to the conspiracy. Okay, and we're getting way off topic already, but it applies to the helium thing. So this applies to the helium fact. The real conspiracy is the Nazis are on the dark side.
Oh, yeah.
You guys heard that one? People think that, yeah. There's a really funny movie. There's a really funny movie about it. I wish I remembered it, but I watched it in like 2012, and it was hysterical. But there's people that believe that. I swear to God.
Dude, these astronauts that are going to go around the moon, they're going to disappear. And that's going to be giant
Oh,
news.
yeah.
That's going to be giant news.
That's
gonna
happening.
Be
That's happening. Did you see that?
No,
Yeah.
but
They are sending, and I can't believe this isn't like bigger news, but they are sending a spacecraft to go around the moon.
and that's
With the
SpaceX,
astronauts.
right?
No, it's
I think it's NASA.
It's NASA, yeah. It's a NASA.
Okay.
I think it's NASA.
It's NASA.
NASA.
They're
Let's
going
see.
out of Florida. You know, with the alligators.
Space travel around moon.
Because with the moon landing, they said, and this is just listening to the old AJ, and I totally believe it. So they docked into the International Space Station a backup ship in case things failed. Because at that time, they didn't want to see. It would have been detrimental for us to send a man-moon mission up there and fail. Because during that time, it was a space race.
Yeah.
So then, worst case, they would have had that International Space Station. We would have had that backup ship either come out of there or the one from orbit and come back in, and we would have said that we landed.
I can't. I have a hard time with that one. I just have a hard time with getting on the moon. I do. I just have.
Okay,
that's-
we're going to save that one for another episode because
Okay.
we could talk about this
All
for a
right.
very long time. Seriously. I got to keep this train on track.
Meanwhile, back to the moon.
Back to the moon. All right. Here's a good one. We can go. Somehow, every conversation we've ever had so far in the 3 episodes devolves into conspiracy.
It's just fun.
What's wrong with us?
I would agree with you. I think it's really fun.
Yeah.
I will say, you guys know me. I'm probably the biggest skeptic that I know personally. Would you agree? Do you guys?
Yeah, you're pretty big. Yeah. So
I need a
think
lot of
all of
evidence.
us are. All of us are
Yeah.
to some degree. But I mean, like, but also we can believe things too.
When I
Right?
say,
Like,
hold on,
look at it
I want
with
to
an open
clarify
mind.
I
quick.
feel like everything's a lie that we're being fed.
I want to clarify. A big skeptic of conspiracies, a skeptic of what we see on the news, but also a skeptic of like the rabbit holes, right? And I would agree. I think we can.
You do a really good job at fact checking. I mean, like doing your research on that, but I mean, a lot better than I used to, anyways. But I guess I'm a little bit older, so I was a little bit more trusting of the system back in the days. But as the internet has grown, now I'm like, I'm out. Like,
2020 destroyed everyone's brains. Like COVID destroyed everyone. There's so many people have zero trust, and so many people have 100% trust in the
It's
system.
crazy.
It's insane. It is
crazy.
wild. But let's move on. Let's get into this one. This is a good one. There's a lot of fun stuff to talk about here. Number 4, experts estimate that nearly 60% of the Amazon rainforest remains unexplored in detail, an expanse so vast and dense that even current technology fails to see clearly under its green canopy. And this has been kind of viral recently because there's a guy, I can't remember his name, but he he goes on Joe Rogan and the Lex Friedman podcast a lot, and he just came out with a video seeing this uncontacted tribe for the first time, and he talks about how because one of his jobs, he's like a conservationist in the Amazon, and then he comes and tells everyone about it on these podcasts.
Yeah.
And like the next day after he filmed these uncontacted tribes for the first time, they killed a bunch of people they had just given them a bunch of bananas.
Ooh, the tribe did?
The tribe killed a bunch of people. Yeah. So they're honestly very dangerous, and rightfully so. You know, you're walking around with a little cloth over your thing and a bow and arrow, and you see a drone flying at you. You're like, what the? You got to shoot it, right? You got to shoot. Oh, he's pointing at us. Shoot him. It's a demon.
Their feet development is always super weird when you see it because they don't wear shoes or nothing, and then by climbing up trees for as long as they have, their feet instead of being like this are like curved in. It's the weirdest thing, but we still mutate. We evolve.
What's that movie? I feel like I watched it with you.
With the guy from
Brad Pitt.
Sons of Anarchy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
that's
a great one.
It was Sons of Anarchy. That's it. Yeah.
That one's an awesome movie.
But he
good movie.
goes to explore the Amazon and
What
doesn't
was
come back.
that movie? That was a good movie.
Very good.
Yeah.
That was a real based off a true story, I believe, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I mean, I think there are people that here we go. I think there's people out there that are truly, uninterrupted. Obviously, we know, I think it's like, is it in the Indies or
Yeah, that little island.
Yeah, that little island
Off
out
of
there.
India, yeah.
Off of India. But I think I'm dead serious, dude. Like, I swear to you, I think that there's people in Antarctic. Like,
you think that?
Yeah, I really
I wouldn't
truly
be surprised.
do. And this is what I kind of think in my head. Like I'm like, maybe that when we had an ice age, people literally took underground to heating thermals and things like that, underground venting and stuff like that, created a way to live underground, and they're still underground right now living. Just generations and generations and generations.
Maybe.
If there is
the mole people, man, the mole people.
Yeah.
And they're protecting it. Have you ever seen the NATO flag?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe, I'm sure.
The NATO flag, the center of the NATO flag is Antarctic.
Huh.
It's kind of weird.
Did you see the guy recently that went up there to try to live stream and he was shut down?
I've lost control of the show.
It's over, dude.
Did you see the guy live streaming up there though?
Yeah, they took his stuff away from him.
Yeah, instantly.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The captain of the ship's like, dude, nope, you can't have anything. You can't have any internet, nothing, none of this stuff, no cameras, nothing.
Because he's using Starlink to his live stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, they yanked it all away from him.
That's a fun rabbit hole, but I don't know. Here's what I think about the Antarctic. I don't think there's actual people living there.
Okay.
But I think that there's a lot of hidden mysteries under the ice.
Oh my gosh, dude.
That could reveal a lot about human history, and for sure.
And did you see the
1000%.
Greenland?
No.
I'm not even gonna bring it up.
Listen,
We'll
okay,
save
let's
it.
move
We'll
on.
save it.
Here's this. You guys are nuts, dude. You guys are nuts. What's wrong with you? You know what? But you know what I think? I think that there's aliens living underneath there.
It's not humans, it's aliens.
This is the absolute perfect number 5 as we're talking insane talk right now. Here's the question. Is college worth it? And here's why I asked that. Because some numbers came out. Numbers came out recently. The U.S. college underemployment rate is at a crisis level. And this is from the Cobasi letter. It's one of my favorite financial places. But anyways, the underemployment rate for recent college graduates is up to 42.5%, the highest since the 2020 pandemic. This means nearly half of all recent graduates are working jobs that do not require college degrees. The rate also matches the level seen during the 2008 financial crisis. Furthermore, 52% of college graduates are underemployed upon initial entry into the labor market. So on their very first jobs out of college, getting these degrees, they're in jobs that don't need degrees. Even 10 years after graduation, 45% of college graduates remain underemployed. And some more on this. This is kind of shocking to me, actually. Criminal justice majors have the highest underemployment rate at 67.2%, followed by performing arts at 62.3%, which totally makes sense. Medical technicians at 57.9%, which is crazy to me, and liberal arts at 56.5%, and anthropology at 55.9%.
Hold on, I missed that beginning part. So those percentages are unemployed?
Underemployed.
Underemployed.
So they're in jobs that have nothing to do with their degrees, or in jobs that don't require degrees.
And what was that last one? That was 56?
55.9%, that was anthropology. Liberal arts, 56.5%. So this to me, and I've said this a long time, and a lot of people get really upset about this, but I feel like people are finally coming around to it. College today in 2026 is not a smart thing to do. Not at all. Unless you are and I say that with a grain of salt, unless you are genuinely in the top of your class in high school, if you are book smarts, if you are, top 10% of your class, and you're going to be a doctor, an engineer, something like that, then absolutely go to college. But if you're not doing that, you have no business going to college. You are making one of the worst financial decisions of your life. And I will say that over and over and over again to young people that are thinking about going to college. Do not do it. If you are a young man, I would highly emphasize going into the trades. Go to the trades, go to if you don't know what you want to do, I mean, maybe community college, even though that's becoming expensive too.
No, in Minnesota, it's free.
Community college?
If you're from Minnesota, it's free.
Really? When? Since when?
That was one of the big things Tim Walz did. Actually, one of the only few things I was like, all right.
So well, that's interesting. Then maybe it's worthless then. Because if everyone has a degree, what's the point?
It's free. Yeah. It's free.
If it's free, yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
If everyone has a degree, it's like that Family Guy. Have you guys seen that Family Guy episode where he's talking to the kids? If everyone is special, then nobody is special. It's like, okay, well, no, that's a funny joke, but there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
Like
The college thing that's weird to me is that I still can remember a lot of trade schools, and a lot of these schools have gone away. I mean, like Dunwoody, remember Dunwoody? Like that used to be giant.
Yeah, wasn't it like big in the print world and stuff?
Yeah, it was big into the print world. I mean, even today, the printers are still out there, the presses are still out there, but there's no school in the trades, and they're screaming for printers out there. I mean, that's a big problem right now, pressmen in the commercial print world. But on that, I think of like nursing, for example, right? And nothing against nurses. I mean, it's great that they go to school, but really a 4-year for an RN?
I don't think so.
Like,
I don't think they need that.
I mean,
and that's from my experience in the medical world.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Like, what happened to on-the-job training? Can I not teach? And sadly, and I hate to say this, and this comes from a medical family, but sadly, and this is what I keep hearing anyways, is that most nurses nowadays really don't even have control like they used to have of taking care of the patient. It seems like it's a lot of more waiting for orders from the doctor. Mm-hmm. A lot of the movement. So it turns into more like just, bed care assistance, which
I think
again,
probably depends on what unit you're in, right? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of truth to that, but again, I'm only using that as an example. Can that happen on the job? Can you start off as an apprentice nurse, like a helper of a nurse, and then they start teaching you certain things?
Yeah, these are candy stripers.
Right. Yeah, as long as you work your way up and you understand what's going on. You don't necessarily need to understand the biology of the pill or of the medication necessarily, because you're typically not the one prescribing it.
Yeah.
Maybe and I could be completely wrong. Maybe there's certain nurses. I know there's nurse practitioners that would absolutely would disagree with that, right? They definitely need to go to school, but
I think the best thing anyone like your son's age, that the best thing that they could do is start developing good communication skills, writing, speaking, talking to people, because that is literally dying within his generation.
Yeah.
Gen Z, I've met a lot of great people that age that are, sociable. You can have a conversation with them, but I've met way more that are socially retarded. And I mean, and I'm not saying that like, it's a epidemic. It really is, because kids sit on their screens all day and they're not face to face with people. So if you could do that, and you don't need a degree to do that, you can teach yourself to write well, speak well, talk to. I mean, that's what we're doing right now, communicating, right? I mean, you can do that without a college degree, and if you get into sales, anything, like literally, that's what you do. You could absolutely dominate.
What's weird about that, you say that, is I see a lot of kids, like even my kids' friends or even older kids that are in their 20s, they do this. They'll get in a room where they can't be on their phone. If they're on their phone, they're like this, right? They're just sitting there. But if they can't be on their phone, they're supposed to be respectful. This is what they're doing. They're zombied out. Yeah, they're like shoulders rolled in, looking down at the ground. It's like, what is that daze? Like, what's happening right now? Why can't you engage in the conversation? Why can't you make eye contact? Like you said.
There was this really interesting study that I just saw. I think it was done in the 70s with mice. And what they did was they put 4 mice in the middle of this little ecosystem, which winded up thriving and turning into thousands of mice. But what happened is that due to over communication, overcrowding, and that's kind of us right now, is like all we are doing is communicating, well, through our phone, not really face to face. But when that happened, they stopped reproducing. The mice quit engaging inside of reproducing.
Yeah.
So within like a few years, they're all dead. Because the decline was so fast that, and there was a comparison to where we are today in society as far as our reproduction numbers are on a sky, just a
Plummet.
on a plummet, and then you can't really catch a cliff. You know, you catch an edge. This isn't a stock, but you can't catch that edge as quick as the decline is happening.
Well, you know, even like going one more step farther too is like there's one where they can't talk to each other, but when they do, and when something socially bad's happening, for example, like protests and stuff like that, there's this over exaggeration of their emotions. You know, where they're screaming. It's almost like they don't know how to act when they're mad. Yeah. You know, and it's like, I have to act out so crazy that, you know, it's like, that's not normal either.
Right.
That's not normal behavior. I mean, through the years, that's not a normal behavior to do. So it's like you're either going from this to completely out of control. It's like someone's not controlling the throttle correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you have parents, someone in your life guiding you, like you could literally dominate. You could absolutely mop the floor.
Find a mentor.
You can mop the floor with this generation. I mean, it's going to be so easy.
Well, I think post-secondary was one thing that I wish I would have. As far as college goes, you get free college. 2 years of high school is, and I don't think you really need more than an associate's degree for a lot of stuff. But
no, you don't. I mean, I have a lot of friends that are very successful in the corporate world, but many of their jobs have nothing to do with what they went to school for.
Right.
So it's like, did you need to go to school for that? The other one too, I got to say this before we go on because I keep forgetting to say this. The one that kills me is like going to school to be a teacher. Like, there's got to be a better way to develop teachers than making them get a 4-year degree because they don't make a ton of money.
Right.
You know, and you're going to a private school to become a teacher. It doesn't make any sense.
And they don't let teachers teach. It's here's your freaking book. You got to get through chapter 6 by the end of the semester.
Well, you know, and then if I don't want to dog on teachers at all because that's a horrible job to have. I mean, I would hate to have that job anyways. It can be satisfying.
It's an important job.
It's an important job, yes, but it's a tough job. Let me take my words back a little bit here. But why isn't the high school diploma good enough? I mean, we just entrusted these people that went to 4-year degrees of colleges. We sat them for the last 12 years of our children's lives to go out and do what? Nothing? I mean, that was thanks for the last 12 years, guys, but that wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
So we need to go back to and pay for professors to actually clean the mess up. Yeah. Right. Like we need to really like. Get this
I just had this argument with someone. Kind of a while ago, but they're all for free college. I'm like, we can't free. You know, we already have free public school, and look where that's gotten us. I mean, so what is that? I
think that
shouldn't we be learning basic life skills in high school? Why do we need to send people to college? I'm trying to emphasize what you're saying.
Yeah. I think the point though, like at the end of the day, like to wrap this up, is that there needs to be more technical school instead of these generic classes that you're going to. If you are going to be, a nurse, sure, biology might be important, blah, blah, blah might be important, but is economics necessarily important? I mean, maybe, but is like art important?
Yeah, you need to take all the art classes.
It's a racket.
Is that
it's a racket. It's a money grab.
Yeah, it is.
Colleges are money printing machines. That's all they have become. Degrees are worthless. 90% of them, because there's always people. What about Tyler? What about? Yeah, I said, not all degrees are worthless. Just so before the comments go off. But if you're young, do not go to college. I will say that to every young person. Don't do it. Again, unless you're the valedictorian.
Trade school, find a mentor, try to find a business somewhere something you want to be, and try to rub up with the owner.
Or the military.
I
think the military is a good option for a lot of people because you can learn a lot of stuff in the military. Not just technically, but in a job, but also like just socially and getting outside of your bubble.
The military's a banger. Like, so if you want to become a mechanic, go start learning on how to work on their equipment. Like, make the mistakes on their equipment.
Yeah.
You know, seriously.
Yeah, no,
I'm not-
seriously.
Like, literally, make the mistake. You know, I mean, if you're going to be in the medical field and you're going to start practicing doing IVs on people and stuff, learn on young people that are healthy.
Dude.
That you can, like,
I have so
stick
many
them and
stories about
poke them, and
that.
they can't complain. They're not going to sue you. You know, it just is what it is, right? Like, and then at the end of it, guess what you've earned? You do yourself 3-4 years, you've earned yourself college money, right?
Yeah.
You've earned that college money to go, and now you don't have to take on a bunch of debt. So if you do, you know, you get your little sampler of, hey, maybe I want to be a nurse. You go work as a nurse in the Army or in the Air Force or whatever it may be. You say, yep, I do like it. I want to get my degree now. You don't have to take on the debt. You get out of school, bam.
Yeah.
Forever you're a veteran.
Yep.
You
I
get your
just-
veteran benefits. You're able to buy a house, which
VA
is another
loan.
big one.
That's
that
the one
was
that-
giant for me.
That's the one that they don't emphasize enough when you join.
Yeah.
Is the VA loan.
You
get
can
zero money down at the
At closing.
virtually the lowest rate that is possible.
You can go
At the time.
So people, I don't even know if people even know this really that much anymore. But like when you go to buy your house now, so you get out, you're 22 years old. You literally have to have nothing down, and that's giant nowadays.
Yep.
It is.
That's
Yeah.
giant. You don't have to have. I mean, you buy a $200,000 house. The average person needs $40,000 to put down.
Yep.
You have to put nothing down. The VA loan covers you. Guarantees it.
Without PMI too. Without private,
Without PMI.
Without
Oh,
PMI.
dude, that's huge.
Yep. Without
Yeah,
PMI.
without PMI.
But all right, we got to keep going. So yeah, I'm excited to see the comments on this one. But I will say, if you are young, no, it is the truth. And again, I think people are coming around to this. The numbers don't lie. Over half of college graduates are underemployed. Well, what are we doing sending kids to school? It used to be the most intelligent of us all that went to college, and now like literally anyone can go to college. Most people shouldn't go to college. They just shouldn't.
Yeah.
It's a racket. Anyways, let's keep going. We got second period. See, we were way behind. Second already.
geez.
You know, we should have somebody here. We're sitting here saying, we're talking about this. We almost should have someone that's in college at the local university that comes here and just apprentices with us.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Probably learned something from the guy too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure. All right, moving on. Meme studies. Second period, folks. Take your notes. Move on. Drink your water. Take your water. Take a pee break. Come on down. All right, let's real quickly. Let's go through this. We got about, let's see. Try to keep this around 10 minutes. So, Dave, start with the first one here.
All right.
If you guys laugh, you lose. You got to roll back in college. You got to roll back in college.
I'm gonna import these after because you have HEIC files, and they don't upload.
Are we on pause right now? Are we on pause?
On pause. What do you mean?
Oh, you said you're
No.
important.
Oh, just kinda-
okay.
I'll plug them in after.
Let's see. I'm not in a good place right now. If you're listening on the podcast, this is the meme here. I'm not in a good place right now. She's texting. The guy responds, "Are you in Minneapolis?" I have this in his education video, but I felt like it was very relevant.
I love that. I haven't seen any of these.
Next one.
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
gold
Minneapolis. Things I trust more than the government. It's number 1028. And there's a guy. Has he got is it a 12-footer?
Dude, the aluminum ladder.
No.
Dude, those things are junk.
He's got a ladder spanning the staircase, like up top, like going from the railing to the wall.
I've done something like this before. It was we were hanging up mosquito systems, and there was like a sprinkler system you had to put on the top of the house. And it was like this really, everyone knows the house that I was doing, but dude, it was off of a deck, and I one-legged it to go around the house. There was about a 60% chance I was going down, but I beat odds.
Yes.
I like to see a college degree teach that.
Yeah.
What class is that?
Look, see, this is the part, though. These guys are underappreciated, man. This is why half these guys do drugs. Because they don't have a choice. They're out there shaking in their boots.
They probably don't have insurance either.
That's why the local watering holes are filled up at 5.
Yep, Philip, they're going out 5. Yeah, that was a tough one.
Got to relieve that stress.
Next meme here. Happy African American History Month from Elon Musk. I always love that one.
That's a good one. As we know, he's African American,
He's from South Africa.
which he's going to the moon now, by the way.
Yep, we were gonna talk about that today,
Okay.
but we're not talking about it anymore.
All right.
Yeah. This is a classic. Dave, go ahead.
Some say the biggest villain is Darth Vader. Others say it's Thanos, but deep down we all know it is Jen A.
Man,
Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Jenny from Forrest Gump. This is the deep, awesome part about that movie, dude. He didn't care. He still forgave her.
Yeah, I would say Joffrey is up there from Lord of the Rings.
Joffrey's up there. That guy's a prick. But yeah, she treated him like dirt, man. But he didn't care.
And the wife from Breaking Bad.
Skylar, screw her.
Yep.
Yeah, screw her. Next. Oh, that's for the alcohol segment. Keep that.
Okay.
That's a good. There's another one in here that's a different one too. That's for the alcohol segment.
Okay.
We have the video, and then there's that's two comments from the video there. So play the video. You got the video?
Yep.
I mean, honestly, we don't even really need to play the video, but I thought it was
this
funny.
one or the next one?
That one. Yep. Oh yeah, there's another video. What the heck? All right,
Oh, hold on a second here.
what's going on here?
Okay, we're cutting this, right?
No, don't cut it. We'll just keep it in. Just go to where the text is. See what the text is.
Okay. What's the female equivalent of 100 men versus one gorilla? I just want to know.
Any guesses?
What's the female version?
You've heard that online
Yeah,
debate, right?
yeah,
Could
yeah,
100
yeah.
guys take a gorilla? That answer is absolutely not. No. The female equivalent, 100 women versus 10 minutes to get ready.
Ah.
And then
You deleted that one.
well, that one was for some. See, this is what I'm talking about. They don't prioritize the comments. See, there's no likes on that one. It was,
Oh,
it was
I
a
see,
stupid
I
comment,
see.
so I just wanted to make sure we didn't read it. And it was it had to do with
Oh,
some
dude, that's
nasty
messed
lady.
up. 100 women versus one trans in the sports. Dude, that's dark.
That's dark but true.
That's dark.
That's dark but true,
That's
dude.
dark.
They dominate. They dominate women's sports.
They do dominate. Did you see the midgets fight the women?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see that? They won. They won. They had men midgets fight women in a fight, and the men whipped the women's asses. The
Really?
midgets
I'll have
did,
to
yeah.
see this.
Dude, the
Yeah.
women looked like professional athletes, too. They weren't like scrubs, dude. They were.
They were getting tossed around.
Yeah,
the
they
women
were
were.
built-
Okay, I'll have to watch that. You'll have to send it. All right, we got one more video here.
All right. I got this one in there this time. All right, I
You
got
got
it
the sound
muted,
on?
so I'll try and.
Okay.
Oh,
play it.
what the flip, dude? Oh, there we go. Finally going.
Hold on. Read the comments, Steve.
What?
All right. She skipped a few steps. Footwork needs improvement, dude. 50,000. This is cheating, to be honest. At least the comments aren't disabled. 89,000 likes, dude, on that dang comment.
Did you just say what was going on? It was a lady in a wheelchair dancing.
Yeah, so if you're listening, yeah, that was some dark humor for the day. But
Dude, 89,000 likes on
Dude, that was
thing?
horrible. And you don't let me
Don't-
put my stuff on here?
that was terrible. That was terrible. Don't laugh at that.
Okay.
You guys are both going to hell. You even said midgets. Yeah, you guys are both going to hell.
Is that, you can't say midgets?
I don't know.
Oh.
I can't keep track anymore.
Okay,
I'm sure you
neither.
can't, but
See, that's why Ricky Barvik is gold. He
I love that guy.
embraces it. He embraces just embraces it.
Midget.
yeah, it's humor. All right, let's move on here. We got
Who'd
we
have
got
thunk? Who'd have thunk?
third period here. We're doing home ec class today. We're baking some stuff. Did you guys have home ec class?
I did.
So you did the sewing and the baking the apple crisp.
Yep. And then I think I've told you guys a story before of doing so when we had electives, you get to sign up and then you have your alternatives. So I put all the chick classes as the alternatives because I wanted duck carving, I wanted shop class and pottery, and then I put like taking care of the baby was the number one. I'm like, there's no way they're putting a guy in there.
Yeah.
That's what I got. I had to bring a baby home for the weekend.
Was it one of those ones that cry?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my God, I've seen that
How much did it
before.
cry?
Dude, this is going to sound, well,
Don't say it.
I got the easiest one because the head didn't bend. And so I'll tell you guys afterwards, there's a very good part of like the story of this that makes it even better. But so there was like 5 of them and you have to like support the head and
Okay.
how they monitor is on the system.
Yeah.
It'll tell you like how much neglect the baby had. And so the baby didn't cry. I had it for like 6 hours, didn't cry. And I had Chase over actually at the time. No one was home. So we were just being mischievous. I'm like, dude, I think this thing's broken. And I threw it and it bounced off.
Your camera.
It bounced off one of those medicine balls. And like, dude, it was just out of a movie. It bounced, went right in the air and boom, landed right on the head. And all of a sudden,
Did it cry?
it cried. me and Chase look at each other and we were like, oh no, dude. Oh no. So then to like prepare, so they get I don't know where you were, but so then what made it better is because everyone was out of the house, is I went and bought a wristband from the store. That because they tie a wristband on you with a key, and you can't cut the wristband, otherwise they would know unless you had the same colored wristband. So I actually cut the wristband, and because then I could
jail bands.
yeah, because then I could put the key in and elastic it, and then just leave the key on. I got an A in the class, so it worked. But
Got an A. Dude, that's the worst.
oh, dude,
I'm crying right
That's a
now.
great story.
Oh, I just shocked the baby. Oh, that's terrible.
wait till I tell you guys the important detail that I can't say it on screen, but
Oh,
I can't.
my stomach hurts
What
so
could
bad.
you not say?
it's just one detail I can't say.
What could you not say? Like
know.
my mind's like, wait,
I know.
what? I'm like sweating now.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're so this show is a disaster. All right, moving on.
Home
Well,
ec
you know what?
class.
My home ec- yeah, that was my home ec class story. My home ec class story was some chick sewed her finger. I thought it was gonna be a good story, but yeah, I mean the story was that I was in the front row and I was doing like a pillow, sewing my pillow or whatever, and we did a duffel bag too.
Dude, those were the best. Those were awesome.
Oh man. And then all of a sudden I just hear, you hear all the machines going. You just hear, look back, and dude, there is blood everywhere.
Oh, dang.
She sewed her finger. Yeah.
I can't even believe you can get your finger under there.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Huh.
She did it.
Dang, I didn't even have home ec class.
Oh, really?
That was, it was a thing. Like they had our babies. We didn't have the crying baby. Like we were old. I mean, this is back in, back when we had to carry flour bags around.
Oh, really?
That's God's honest truth. Yeah. We had flour bags with a baby's head on it.
That is awesome.
But I
That is
didn't have
awesome.
it. I had Woods class. I don't know. I was mad.
Oh,
to skip
woodworking.
it.
I had small engines and woodworking. Those were the best
I
classes.
loved woodworking.
Couldn't believe I didn't get in those. Like, I was the only guy in there, and it was like 30 chicks. So disappointing.
Anyways, okay, we're gonna move on to our home ec class here, and it has to all revolve around food. So, number one, chicken might not be healthier than beef. New study suggests. Are you still laughing about that?
I'm thinking, I don't know, like in the back of my head, I started thinking, I was like, yeah, you don't need to go to school to be a teacher. And now, like, we're trying to have a class right now, and this is this is our classroom right here.
Come on down,
This is what
everybody.
happens.
College is a joke. College is a joke.
Sorry.
All right.
Go ahead.
There's some irony there. Compared with poultry, a consumption of beef for 28 days did not produce adverse effects on pancreatic B cell function. Other indicators of glucose homeostasis, lipoprotein, lipids, and biomarkers of inflammation. So, lesson today, eat the steak. Eat the chicken too, but steak is better.
Huh.
So there you go.
Well, the way they grow chicken now is disgusting.
Who would have thunk?
Did you see Mr. Beast pushing that?
Dude, yeah. But do you see when you go to a store now and you can see like when a chicken is abnormally grown super fast, the muscle can't even like grow itself solid. There's like gaps inside of the muscle that don't fill in, and it's like, dude.
Well, did you guys ever watch? Maybe we watched this for Zeducation or the old Zedcast, but
Yeah.
they had the chicken farms. Remember that?
Yeah.
Morgan Spurlock, the guy that did the Super Size Me. He did the chicken documentary, and there's a lot of that guy
Yes,
does, and
yes.
that has been debunked in his documentaries. But this one is, they showed how long it used to take to grow, and now it's like half the time, and they're twice as big, and they're so big that they can't even move, and they're like,
Yeah.
and they're having heart attacks. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, we did that documentary.
Yeah,
You go, I always love bringing up the Dominican because their chicken is genuine, and their size of their chickens are like a third. Even when the chickens I grew, I mean,
Does it taste different?
it's amazing.
You know what I can't stand is rotisserie chicken. I don't know why.
What?
Yeah, I hate rotisserie chicken. I almost
It's
gag
good.
every time. My wife's like pulling it apart. I'm like, ugh, ugh. I don't know what it is.
It's
Even
so
the way
good.
it tastes, like I can't. I
It's
mean,
so
I do
good.
chicken breasts. I like chicken, but like I don't know, for some reason the greasy old. I gotta tell you, Foster got a chicken nugget at Burger King one time.
Oh no.
True story. This is a true story. And he like broke it open. He was probably like 6 years old. He still won't eat chicken nuggets to this day. Broke it open, and the inside was like full of like some goo. Like there's a pocket of goo
That's disgusting.
inside there. Yeah. Yeah. I was like, what is that? I was like, dude, I brought it up to the front. They're like, I've never seen that before. The guy at the front, he's like, we'll get you some new chicken nuggets. I was like, no, you
So
won't.
nuggies were ruined for him for the rest of his life.
Yep. He does
Nuggies.
not like
Dude,
nuggets.
I feel like he has a lawsuit there
yeah, he did not.
to ruin one of the greatest things you could ever eat in your life.
chicken nuggets.
Chicken
as a
nuggets,
kid?
man. That's the joke, right?
I told him.
Dude, come on, mom, chicken nuggets. And you can't eat them now? That's PTSD right there.
He does chicken strips now.
Dude, lawsuits. I've gotten like 3 things in the mail within the last like 3 months of medical information being dispersed, and there's some in some grand action lawsuit.
Everyone's making
Few
money
of
off. Everyone's making money off of your what the hell it was?
Yeah.
Tums, your Tums.
Prilosec.
Oh, maybe that's what it
Dude,
is.
I still
Yeah.
I have a full box of one yet, so
Oh, you kept that box?
I do.
My God,
Bring it in.
that's
Bring it in.
we're gonna retire.
Moving on, we got 2 more headlines under home ec class today. Number 2, a landlord, I believe this was in Boston, is trying to evict a Raising Cane's restaurant over complaints it smells like chicken fingers. So, on the chicken fingers. The restaurant has spent over $200,000 trying to reduce the smell. Despite these efforts, defendant continues to complain that its tenant's chicken finger restaurant smells like chicken fingers. What did you expect? Raising Cane's is a chicken place.
Yeah.
So,
That doesn't even make sense at all.
speaking of lawsuits, speaking of chicken fingers, this was on accident. This totally goes with that though. And the landlord is the one who agreed to the lease with this place. So
See, that's the weird part. Yeah, you knew you were getting a restaurant. I wouldn't even spend money to renovate it to try and reduce the smell.
I haven't seen that, but was that building? I mean, I'm wondering if it was like attached to like you go into Dinkytown. There's a Raising Cane's and there's a bunch of apartments above it.
yes, that's what it is. There's offices above it.
There is okay.
But if that's the case, don't put Raising Cane's on the
Right.
basement.
right.
Hilariously though, that you sent me that. I've never heard anything about this, but
I had too many TBIs.
yeah.
That's so. If you don't know me, I actually had a bunch of brain injuries. So I honestly, I sent you that.
Jumping out of the planes, yeah. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay.
How many TBIs did you have jumping out of planes? We don't have to talk about this, but
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't even know the answer to that. Like, I mean,
how often did you hit the ground really hard?
I have been in comas. Like,
Really?
yes,
From
so,
jumping, being a paratrooper.
yes, and also like other things, but yes.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, well, give Daniel some grace, folks.
Yay!
All right, and here we go. I love this one. And this one actually really pisses me off because it's probably, I think this is the best chocolate candy. I think Reese's are the best chocolate candy.
Well, I would call it peanut butter candy. It's a hard candy shell with peanut butter on the inside.
Your head has a shell on it. Are you talking about, are you talking about M&M's?
No, Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, Reese's Pieces. What are you talking about?
Reese's.
Are you talking
Reese's
about the butter
cups,
cup?
The cups.
Oh, the cup.
Oh,
the
all
butter-
right. I'm talking
you gotta
Reese's
say butter
Pieces.
On to the story here. Dude, Reese's peanut butter cups, they're probably my favorite.
They're good.
Like, hands down the best chocolate. They are. So the grandson of Reese's founder alleges Hershey has switched to cheaper ingredients, sparking family feud. Brad Reese, grandson of the inventor of Reese's peanut butter cups, calls out the Hershey's company for quietly replacing the ingredients in the candy. Quote, he says, "My grandfather built Reese's on a simple, enduring architecture. Milk chocolate plus peanut butter. Not a flavor idea, not a marketing construct, a real tangible product identity that consumers have trusted for a century. But today, Reese's identity is being rewritten, not by storytellers, but by formulation decisions that replace milk chocolate with compound coatings and peanut butter with peanut butter-style creams across multiple Reese's products. Shame on them."
Shame on them.
Seriously.
So, used to be one of my favorite candies. I've eaten a lot of them, and I don't know if you've ever had something that you like a lot, and you can tell, like even pop. I used to drink a lot of Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
and sometimes I'd open a Mountain Dew and I'd drink a big. I'd be like, this doesn't taste normal, right? Or even a pop like out of a can versus a bottle.
Yeah.
But that's how it is with Reese's Pieces Buttercups for me. It was too, and they changed their chocolate formula. Probably it wasn't just recently. It was probably a few
while
years
ago,
ago.
yeah.
I agree.
It was a few years ago.
It's noticeable.
It tastes waxy. The chocolate does.
I was just going to say that in your mouth, it puts like a filament layer on the whole inside.
It feels like a chemical that
Yeah.
chocolate does. It doesn't feel like it's not chocolate. Whatever it is, it's not chocolate.
Even
it's
the Reese's Pieces do that. I'll still eat them, but it feels like it's putting a layer inside of your mouth, not normal.
We have no affiliation with these people, but have you had the Reese's cups? They're not called Reese's. They're a different brand from Costco.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Unbelievable.
Are you talking the Cadbury like trees and stuff?
No,
The Reese's trees?
Wait,
No,
you're
no.
not talking about the sugar-free ones, are you?
Maybe.
That are like individually wrapped?
Yes.
I think I have had those.
Amazing.
Yeah, they're not
And
bad.
maybe that's what the same formula was for Reese's before, but I was like, these are so good.
They're not sugar-free, but they're low sugar. Right? Because
Hey,
I think they're-
sugar-free.
I think they're dark chocolate is what they are. It's
I
like
think that-
dark
yes,
chocolate
yes.
and it's got real peanut butter in there. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're not
they're-
bad. They're not bad.
It's a good replacement until Reese's gets it together. Well, I did see a thing too that people are always like, well, we ate lots of candy when we were kids and we're not fat. We're not obese kids.
It was different.
There's a lot of the stuff we eat today is made differently. It is, as far as this is proof of that. Made with garbage, literally poisoning ourselves nonstop. And I want to say too, the taste aversion with Foster and chicken nuggets. And you said Mountain Dew. When
Yeah.
we were kids, I had a taste, or I don't like drinking Mountain Dew. I had one like 2 years ago and I was like, this is amazing. This is the best Mountain Dew of all time. But at deer camp, at our grandparents' house, they used to smoke inside the basement.
Dude.
And they were using there was a bunch of half empty cans of pop around. One of them was Mountain Dew. I was like, yeah, I'm like 6 or 7. They don't let us drink pop. So I grabbed the pop, drink it. Someone used it as an asher.
Oh, dude.
So I was like, all right. And I never wanted to drink Mountain Dew again.
Dude, that same deer camp, I thought, dude, they didn't have water laying around. And I grabbed a big bottle of water. It turned out being vodka. Dude. Just,
How old were you? 5, 6?
no, we were like 16.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
So what? Yeah. Okay. All right. There wasn't some little toddler running around
No.
like, hey, Mommy, can I have some water?
Going on that, I was just sitting here thinking, the other thing too that I just noticed, or I've noticed in the last couple of years is when I drink because I drink a lot of Monster now, right? And I'm shameful of it, actually, but I do. But when I go down south, it always tastes different. It's a completely different tasting formula. I mean, it's
I could see that.
comparable, but it's different. It's for sure different.
No, it is. Just like Diet Coke is different. Diet Coke is different at different places.
Yeah, there's no question about that. I've heard
That's not even a secret.
it's even like McDonald's Coke, right?
Yes.
Like McDonald's Coke
They
is
have a
different
secret formula.
and
Yeah.
but I've read that they claim that it's not the formula. They say it's the filtering system, which I don't believe. I
I
think
don't believe that either.
I think there's like more cinnamon or something in a Coke at McDonald's. Like next time you taste it, like think cinnamon,
Okay.
and it's like. No, back to the show.
Back to the show. Let's move on here. Have you noticed I'm timing our segments?
I just saw a really good one, or heard a good meme. It was Dr. Pepper is barbecue sauce for, I think, water lovers. It was something weird like that, but I was like, dude, that is the most perfect description of Dr. Pepper.
Reminds me of the Asmongold clip. Why would you? You know what I'm talking about?
No,
Dude.
Do you know who Asmongold is?
No.
He's like one of the top streamers. He's a big World of Warcraft player back
Just
in
a
the day.
basement, a definition of a neckbeard basement dweller.
He is probably worth tens of millions of dollars, but he lives like a very, very disgusting lifestyle. and there's a very viral video of him where he I think the clip is titled Asmongold drinks water for the first time.
Yeah. Because he only drinks pop.
He drinks a Fiji and he's like, ugh, what the F is this? People drink this crap? Nasty. And he chases it down with a Coke. Every time I see it, I laugh. That is you. Dude, that is
totally
that's
me.
literally you.
I can't tell you the last time I drank water.
I'm fully opposite.
Actually.
I'm like just chugging water all the time.
I get it through my coffee. That's about it.
All right, let's move on here. Excuse me. Social studies class. So we have more, and I think I label this as social studies class because it. I think we'll go over it and we'll see if it was correctly categorized here. But I got 3 headlines here about alcohol. What do we got here? We got breaking news. What's that? 3 things about alcohol, and I think they're positive things. So, Dave, I got 2. Don't put them up yet, but when I get to them here. Actually, you can pull this up right now. So, number 1, U.S. counties with the highest and lowest rates of excess drinking. So, this map that Dave is about to pull up shows a map of the United States. And the map draws on the most recent annual data from CDC's Behavioral Risk Factor Surveillance System and County Health Rankings and Roadmaps program. Wisconsin's elevated drink. You guys see this? Do you see this, Daniel?
Yeah, I see it.
Look at this. So Wisconsin, if you're listening to this, there is a map, and it has the light green is low drinking, and up to purple is and red is a high amount of drinking. Wisconsin is completely purple and red. Every single county in Wisconsin.
There's one.
I believe it.
There's one Solo.
Is that Superior?
No.
Oh, dude, that's because no one lives there. No, I'm serious. That's like the northwest side. If it's not Superior, and then the South. There's another map I want to show you too, and you can pull this up too. These are dry counties. So there's actual dry counties in
Holy moly,
in the
really?
United States where you cannot buy or sell alcohol. I don't know if it's illegal to consume it, but in Arkansas is almost completely dry. And I also thought it was interesting too. There's a bunch of dry counties in Tennessee and Kentucky, and many of these counties are places where they have very popular bourbon distilleries.
You know what's weird is that I would have thought if you would have asked me, I would have thought Utah would have been full of it.
Well, Mormons.
Utah used to be dry, I believe. And maybe I don't think it's illegal to buy and sell alcohol in Utah, but yeah, the Mormon faith, you're not even supposed to have caffeine in the Mormon faith.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
I had several doctors that I worked for that were Mormon, and they would drink this fake coffee,
Okay.
and it was awful. I couldn't do it.
Weird.
But, so back to Wisconsin here. This is the explanation that this gives here. Large waves of German immigration in the 19th century helped cement a strong beer brewing tradition, particularly in Milwaukee, which grew into a major brewing hub with companies like Pabst, Schiltz, Blatz, and Miller, all founded or shaped by German immigrants. Tavern culture became ingrained in both urban and rural communities, supported by relatively lenient alcohol laws. And actually, on this, one of the alcohol laws that comes to mind is if you are with a parent and you're underage, I don't know if you have to be 16.
I would say
For
there's
sure
gotta
18.
Yeah.
If you're not 21, but you're with a parent, you can drink alcohol at a bar or restaurant in Wisconsin.
Yep.
So this goes, and it also goes on to say that relatively lenient alcohols, long winters, which is, I get that, and social life have been centered around bars. Fittingly, the state's Major League Baseball team is even called the Brewers. So there you go. That's why, allegedly, Wisconsin is full of alcoholics.
I went to, I was up at Wisconsin in Minong. It's by in-laws cabin. And went into the
That's
bar.
like northwest Wisconsin, right?
Northwest-ish.
Okay.
Yep. And drinks were $3.25 for a well drink. You know,
well
so if
drink?
you
What's
wanted
a well
like if you wanted like
Like
a whiskey coke
a rail.
or
rail drink.
rail drink, sorry.
Dude, that's cheap.
I know. I was like, what?
Wow.
And then they pull up the drink and it's like in one of the Coke glasses, you know? It's
big
not
one.
it's not in like some little stupid glass. It's like one of those plastic cup. Like
Jeez.
yeah, they're using the same pop glasses
Yeah.
as they're using for the rail drinks. It's
Well,
like,
I will
holy
say,
shit.
even around here, like if you go to like a farm town bar, beers are like half price compared to if you go on the lake or something.
Yeah, you go, I mean, here around here, or even you go around the cities, you're looking at like what, $12 to $15 for a drink?
Dude, it's
Depends on-
ridiculous.
Even more sometimes.
My buddies and I went to the Shane Gillis concert, and I'm not kidding you, it was $15 for a tall boy, like just a regular beer, and then a rail drink was like $25.
22
And-
at
and-
the Vikes.
And it was like a tiny spritz of alcohol. So
It's
Yeah.
so dirty. They fill it up with ice too. You pull that ice out
Yep.
and you're like, what?
Vikings game was $22 for a tall boy.
absolute crime,
Yeah.
criminal. But you know what? Maybe that's a good deterrent for people to stop drinking. So let's keep moving on here.
Yeah, I don't really drink.
And
I mean,
and
on
I'll
that
get to
note.
this. So and I want to talk about this because I think it's important. So here's the second headline: alcohol companies are sitting on huge stockpiles as demand keeps falling. 5 of the world's largest listed spirits makers, Diego, Pernod Ricard, Campari, Brown Forman, and blah blah blah, some Frenchie, are holding about $22 billion worth of aging spirits, the highest inventory level in more than a decade. United States counties, and we already played that, but the counties where alcohol is completely prohibited. So again, I don't know if that's, you can't drink it either, but Okay, and then the last one, this is where we'll pick up the conversation. So a record low 54% of Americans say they consume alcohol. From 1997 to 2023, at least 60% of Americans reported drinking alcohol. That figure fell to 62% in 2023, 58% in 2025, before reaching 54% today. Prior to the most recent poll, the rate has been under 60% fewer than 10 times, including 58% in the initial 1939 poll, and one time, 55% in 1958. The highs of 68 to 71% were recorded between 74 and 81. 1974 and 1981. But I think this is a really, really good thing. I do. Obviously, we've all drank before. And I still will have an occasional cocktail at dinner or whatever. But even that, I'm like, I don't really want it anymore. And maybe it's because I'm getting older and it's affecting me more. Like if I have 2 drinks, I'll for sure not feel good in the morning, even though I'm not even that drunk, you know? And that's just me personally. Maybe you're a wuss, but
yeah, I can't go down any war stories, but
Dave's got some war stories.
I drank so much liquor back in the day, it was enough to definitely kill a cow at some points. But
and you honestly barely drink at all anymore.
Well, so like you said, it's not worth it. Dude, I don't even get a buzz, and then I feel bad.
Right.
And it's like, I mean, you don't drink to get blasted, but you know, it's just nice to be able to sit around a campfire. Like if we go camping, I'll have a few, but dude, just the occasional beer. It's like, dude, I don't really feel like waking up and being just groggy. And like, I took a handful of melatonin, and it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah, I don't feel like I need it. Like I don't feel like I need to be like, I don't feel socially awkward if I'm not drinking.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't feel like I'm socially awkward. That doesn't bother me. So that's first check 1, right? Check 2 is like, typically a lot of the stuff doesn't taste that great. So I have other options I feel like I could drink that taste better, that I can enjoy.
Monster.
I can still enjoy I can still enjoy the conversation with my friends. I don't need that alcohol to bring me to that buzz state to be more social. So
isn't it okay? So on that, isn't it crazy that how ingrained it is in our social life, though, in our social culture across the country, from anywhere between birthday parties to fancy dinners to going out to eat to Super Bowl to
any get together,
there's alcohol there.
Yep.
And again, it's not always a bad thing. I think it's in moderation, but I do remember this was a while ago. I think it was like 2019. I don't know if you remember this, Steve, but you, me, and Bo, we had a New Year's resolution to try and just go as long as we could without drinking. I don't know if you remember that or not.
Yeah.
But we were not drinking at all. And I remember I went to a get together, and it was a small, like 12, 15 people. And someone offered me a drink, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna have a drink. And the response, and this is the response every time, is like, oh, why not? It's like, well, why does it matter? Why not?
Right.
But the initial thought usually when people say that, though, is like, oh, why not? Did you hit rock bottom? That's what people think, though. It's like, oh, you quit drinking, something must have happened. Or it's like, no, I just don't want to drink, But that's where we are, though, in our culture, is like, if you're not drinking, it's abnormal. So that to me, seeing this number is good. The more, I hope this goes lower and lower, that people stop drinking alcohol.
And there's one thing we're not even talking about, but cost.
Dude, yeah. I mean, I used to get a 30 rack of, Red Dog for under $10.
Yeah.
I mean, and it like
because you're drinking piss.
But with a group of guys, it was different. I guess when we were drinking, it was like the contest.
Yeah.
It was never like, it was like,
that goes to our culture, right?
Who could drink more? But then, well, I don't really hang out with the guys anymore. So it's like, am I going to sit at home and look at myself in the mirror and go, I'm drinking more than you tonight?
Sadly, dude, we have friends that have continued to do that. They never kind of really got out of that party life. And it's like, and you see.
Let me tell you about my day.
Yeah, no.
I sound like a hypocrite, but like in one hand, I have a bunch of friends that still drink. Every time we get together, they're hammered. And I'm like, oh God, I don't want to deal with this right now. I don't want to deal with the hammerness and the
unpredictable.
It's just not as fun for me, especially if I'm sober. But here's the but, and I like to be 100% honest here, is I don't mind every once in a while, like once a year or once every 2 years, like throwing down.
Yeah.
And letting it just out of you. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's something like some sort of therapy that can like get released out of you.
Yeah.
And then you wake up the next day and you're like, oof.
It's your reminder.
This is why I don't do this.
Yeah. And then you just kind of reset back into like, yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
No, I would agree. I think it's very, very rare, and it's usually like a wedding or something for me.
Mine's guys' weekend.
Guys, we
Guys weekend. You know where the hardest spot for me not to drink is at the Mexican restaurant and not having margarita.
I know.
That's my hardest spot. I'm like,
But
oh man.
back to it tastes delicious.
Yeah.
Those taste delicious.
Those taste delicious. Yeah.
But anyways, I want to honestly I want to say this, even though we're talking about drinking, I think it's good, and I hope I want to dissuade people. I do think everyone I think knows somebody who has literally ruined their entire life with alcohol, and it's tragic. It's very, very sad, and it's not going to happen to you if you have one or two, obviously. But cutting it out completely, you sleep better. It's better for your body just in general, and so. Yeah, I think it's better to just not do it. All right, let's move on here. We're going to Professor Daniel. Did I skip? No, I didn't. Professor Daniel and Dave, and then we have our 7th period where we're going to get into some Epstein stuff, which we got some crazy emails to go over. Crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Which highly undercovered, too, because I was trying to confirm stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, nothing.
So I was searching, like, can I find some news articles? Virtually nothing. Like, the one I found the most, a Substack article. Some guy, independent journalist, wrote a Substack that he had to pay for. I'm like, I'm not paying for that. I'll go search this stuff on Twitter and then verify it. Anyways, let's move on. Professor Daniel, go ahead.
All right. So my article or my this class this week is gonna be basically it's in the data, right? So what happened this week in my personal life is I got caught into crossfire on people arguing on Facebook about real ID. So there's the people.
Hold on. Okay, so
sorry, pardon me, not real ID. The right to
voter
ID.
Okay.
Yes, voter ID. Correct. Right. And so there came out a lot of people had a position of why it's bad. Right. And to be completely honest with you, I was like, I didn't really have much of a position or thought about it terribly much before this week. I heard of it coming. And I'm like, yeah, why wouldn't you have voter ID? It makes sense. I mean, prove that you're a person, you have the right to vote. We know we have a lot of illegals in this country. So what, it's.
Who should not vote?
Who shouldn't vote? Like
right.
that makes sense. It's kind of, common sense, blah, blah, blah. So this was the arguments that I saw that came online, and I just put them exactly how people were putting them on here, right? Argument was married women with name changes, birth certificates won't match current IDs, requiring burdensome extra paperwork that could block registration. So that's the argument, right?
Okay.
You got a marriage license.
But you got a marriage license. Exactly.
Yeah.
You have a marriage license.
And I'm almost certain you get a new social security number.
And you have, well, no, you do not get
a card with your name on it. Sorry.
Correct, yes.
Same number, new card with your new name.
But what their point is they're saying that they can't, when you show up, it's like, oh, I don't have any of this information. I can't, that's their first thing is like, that's the first argument is that they won't have it when they show up, which is complete malarkey. So, and I want to make sure that I put in here that if you come up to to vote and you don't have any of this information, you still can do an affidavit that you claim that you are who you say you are. You have to do this in person. Say who you are. And it's under perjury of law, right? So you give them the information. They go back and then they verify that you were who you were after the fact. Right?
And if you lie, you go to prison.
If you lie, you go to prison. So that does currently exist. But the difference of it is right now is that you just check a box, right? So they say, yeah, by perjury law, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, check, but you have to do that person to person is what they're proposing. Just wanted to make sure we clarify that so that, there is still availability to vote no matter pretty much what, right? The next one is college students away from home. They have limited access to original birth certificates or other documents, making registration difficult or impossible. All right, so this is the data on it. That's, I would say, the rebuttal is a student without a driver's license or passport away from their house is honestly a little bit crazy, first off, right? Because they need it for student loans, for jobs, hell, even going out to the bar. So for them not to have any of that documentation is a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys. And again, you can go back and claim that you're actually a citizen and still vote. So again, malarkey, in my opinion. The next is new parents mismatch from recent newborns related changes to their current significant, create significant obstacles. All right, when you have a kid, nothing changes. You
Yeah.
are who you are. That's an argument that people are making. It's like you are who you are. Your citizenship doesn't change. Your name doesn't change. You just have a kid that gets a social security card. Like that doesn't makes zero sense. I mean, that's almost as ridiculous. The next was veterans and military who move frequently have papers that are stored or out of state could cause long delays for these people.
That's BS.
That's again BS.
That's BS. They emphasize voting so hard in the military, and they make it so accessible. If you're deployed, you will vote. Guaranteed.
You will vote.
Yes.
And they accept military IDs, which you have to have on you all the time.
All the time.
If you're a veteran, they accept DD-214s, which all veterans have their DD-214s.
And you should have it on you.
You
all
should
the time.
have it on you, or you have your license, blah, blah, blah. Again, another bullshit.
What a terrible.
Oh, you better cut that out.
No, it's all right.
All right. Sorry, I'm just kidding. I get worked up. The next, people born in U.S. territories like Puerto Rico, they won't be able to vote, right? Again, Puerto Ricans, or Guam, their birth certificates, their information, they're U.S. citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's again another malarkey piece, right? They're saying that their birth certificates aren't going to count. Let's see what the next one. Oh, elderly voters. This is many lack certified birth certificates and face travel fees or confusion in obtaining them. Okay. You know what elderly people need to have all their documents for? Social Security. And almost every elderly person gets their makes sure they get their Social Security.
Yeah.
Right?
I think they just show up. Like, I think, if I remember right, when voting happens, they dang near, and this is kind of a sketchy part too, is they go room to room and help the person fill out the ballot.
Yeah, no, that should be illegal too.
No, it absolutely should.
The point though is like to get Social Security, you already have to do all this paperwork.
Yeah, it's
like to get an ID, get the hell out of here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So then they have just two more. It's disaster survivors. They have lost documents from fires, floods, hurricanes. It takes significant time and money to replace, which isn't true because FEMA covers, replaces, and they have expedited post-disaster database checks for these people. So it happens almost damn near immediately for all of these people that this happens to. This is really freak stuff that they're claiming.
These are people in the Facebook comments?
These are people in the Facebook comments, that are making these claims. But at the end of the day, listen to the stats. So this was my deep dive on the stat because I was like, well, how many people is this really truly infecting, right? So listen to this. As of early 2026, there's 342 million people in the United States, okay? Of those 342 million people, 73 million are under the age of 18. That means that 269 million are voters.
Yep.
Okay. Approximately, per TSA checkpoint data of 2026, 250 million U.S. citizens have passports or real IDs.
Okay. So how many does
that
leave?
leaves 19 million people in the U.S. floating out there, right? That leaves 19 million people out there that
without an ID.
No, they may have driver's license.
Oh.
They may have IDs.
Oh, wow.
They may have birth certificates. They just don't have the real ID or the passport.
That's
19
million. A
million.
lot. Okay, so and the chances of them having one of those is very high.
Very high. Very high. So this is almost a nothing burger. This is like a giant nothing burger people who are freaking losing their minds over. And they conveniently miss out who actually has that this is going to affect the most. It's the people that aren't citizens of this country. That's who's going to affect the most. Let's be honest, guys. Like I like how you conveniently left that piece out.
Yep.
You know.
Did you see they did this was a few weeks ago, they did a poll by ethnicity on percentage of groups of people.
Yes.
And it was all in the 80+% of
Black Americans, Hispanics,
Yes.
white, Democrats, Republicans across the board was like 70+% of people thought it was, and I think it might have been 79%. I think was the lowest number on there.
It was
of
wild.
People that want voter ID.
It's crazy.
Well, again, if you have voter ID, you can't have mail-in ballots like we had in 2020. That is just insane to me that we did that. You can't go to a random nursing home and be like, hey, Betty, let me help you fill out your.
Dude.
You want Trump? Okay. Person writes down Kamala. I guarantee that happens.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
Absolutely, that happens.
You don't get to participate in the pizza party this year.
Yep. My fingers hurt. Well, now your back's gonna hurt, Grandma. You're in my world, Grandma. But yeah, no, that's exactly why. Of course,
so it's a giant nothing burger. I think the
it's a
point of it
way
is-
for the Democrats to keep that option available to them, if and when they think they need to
Inject.
Yes, absolutely, 1,000%.
And I think the piece of this to me was just, again, it's the data. It's the data. It's the data. Let's look at the data. I'm pretty freaking middle ground a lot of times. I always try to look at everybody's position on what's going on. I definitely lean one direction, but I always try to be middle ground on my thoughts and look at the data. So you guys can decide off of what I just gave you.
Yeah, no, it's. I just don't understand. I can't fathom that those people, and we all know people like that in our lives because we live in Minnesota, uber liberal, they have blinders on, and there's no common sense conversation. There's no like, hey, what about this data? What about this? What about these numbers here? Nope, it's racist. Black people aren't going to be able to vote. Well, hold on. I said, well, how about this video? I'm like, there's this video of this guy going into Harlem, and he's asking all these black people, hey, if do you have an ID? Yeah, why wouldn't I have an ID?
Yeah.
Because I'm black, that's racist.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's what they say. Yeah. It's crazy to me.
You don't like brown people. You don't like brown people.
Yeah,
and the best is then like if it's a black person saying it, be like, I'm black. What are you talking about? Oh, Uncle Tom.
Yeah,
Uncle Tom.
That's crazy to me too.
Yeah, no,
the
it's
party
like,
of
Uncle Tom.
the party of peace and love and tolerance, like totally outcasts anyone that goes against their narrative. It's just crazy. It's so, and it's been like that since 2016. But we could have that conversation. We'll probably have it many more times on this channel. But let's move on. We got to get going here. Dave, we got Professor Dave. Share those numbers, by the way, with your family and friends who think that we should not have voter ID.
All right. Here we go. We've had, you know what? Screw all this other stuff going on out there. We have breaking news.
Yes.
There is a good show to watch, and it is called The Knights of the Seven Kingdom.
All right. So what's the title of your segment right now?
There is, so kind of leading into it here, it doesn't happen often. I think the last time we really had a series that broke the internet like this was Better Call Saul for hitting the rating. So see, episode 5 of Knights of the Seven Kingdoms had a 10 of 10 IMDb rating. Hasn't happened in years.
Time out, back up.
So
what is Knights of the Kingdom? And because I wanted to ask you about this on the show. You said it's a spin-off of Game of Thrones?
Yes. So right now in Game of Thrones, we have the original Game of Thrones. Then we have the House of the Dragon. And then this is about Sir Duncan the Tall. And it's right in the middle between the House of the Dragon is like 200, 300 years before the Game of Thrones. And then Sir Duncan the Tall is about 100 years because Aegon, the Maester of the Night's Watch, is in this as like a little boy.
Okay.
So you get like, and dude, there's
Aegon of the Night's Watch of the House of Tally.
What's crazy about this is like I've seen all of this and I couldn't tell you one person's name. And you're like throwing that. I'm like, I can't believe you can remember that. That's crazy. That's
especially from House of the Dragon. I lost in. I didn't even watch the finale of the last
What?
season.
I liked it. You didn't like it? The House of the
Hated
Dragon,
it.
huh? I liked
hated
it.
it. I shouldn't say hated it, but it was like, okay, all right. They're trying real hard here with the woke stuff.
That's
you
with
know?
with the lady that had the white hair?
Yeah. It's like, like
It
they
was-
totally went out of their way to like. It's just stupid. There's,
Gosh.
I just can't handle that stuff. I'm like, you know what? This stuff wasn't in Game of Thrones, so why put it in this?
Yeah. And so Sir Duncan the Tall is a very brief thing. He mentioned like twice when Brandon is laying in bed, after he got paralyzed. The little lady came over, like the nurse was like, oh, do you want me to tell you stories of Sir Duncan the Tall again? And then when, I forgot, the bad king. Joffrey. So Joffrey was going through the book, and it was like Sir Jaime Lannister only had like a paragraph. He's like, well, look at this man. Sir Duncan the Tall has got 4 pages. Must have been some kind of guy. So he's in
That's
there.
all that's mentioned of him in Game of Thrones?
Yeah, I think a couple more times throughout there. I think like Tywin mentions him and stuff, but either way, like the thing I appreciate about this. So anyway, it got a 10 of 10. When I went through this list, essentially you have Breaking Bad, you have Better Call Saul, you've got some kind of random in there. You got, Let's see. There was one show, dude, that was in here all the time. Game of Thrones was in here. And I
These
believe
are individual episodes, correct?
individual episodes, not by
The
season.
greatest individual episodes ever created of any show.
Yep. And then I think it was called Attack on Titan. I'm trying to find it here, but some anime, dude. There it is. Attack on Titan. This is all over. Like every single episode is in the top 200.
Attack on Titan?
Yeah.
Really?
Never really.
Is it a certain genre or is it any genre?
Any genre. So all TV shows, like there's BoJack Horseman. There's
Family Guy?
cartoons. I didn't know if I see Family Guy on here. Only one episode of The Office, sadly. I was really disappointed in that.
Which episode was that?
It was when Michael he leaves. He retires.
What?
Yeah.
Now, when you say the top rated shows, this is like out of the like the 10 scale, or is this like the most
Out of
viewed?
10.
Most view. Okay.
And it's
So this show that you're talking about, this spin-off of Game of Thrones, now has the highest rated episode in television history.
yeah, and just to give you a reference, so this one, Tomorrow's Joe, is ranked 27 with 1.7 thousand
What's
views.
Tomorrow's Joe?
I've never heard of it. But then the next one is The Mandalorian, chapter 16, which has 66,000 reviews. So
Actually, The Mandalorian, my wife and I did. That one wasn't bad. I think that's where they find Baby Yoda, I believe. But the
Yeah.
other one, yeah, I couldn't watch it.
But either way, I think right now, like people sit there and be like, you sit in front of a TV and waste your time. It's like for an hour a week. Like, dude, I love watching good shows, good movies, and especially with Game of Thrones. Like, dude, I got sick of the nudity. It was just some of it was very unnecessary. House of Dragon, absolutely unnecessary in some of it, and this one,
that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. It's like, it's some of the storylines they have. I'm like, why is this in here?
Yeah.
This does nothing for the story, but you have to put this in there because you have the HBO agenda,
Yep.
the Netflix agenda, the same stuff.
No, it's the women porn. Let's be honest. Like women read the books, the dirty books, and that's like it's the
They
women.
do.
Well,
Yeah, like my wife watches Outlander, and I'm like, every time I walk by, I'm like, what in the heck are you watching? It's just
well,
like,
you've seen the meme, right, where someone's like, you pull into your house with your wife's car or something, and all of a sudden her iPhone's connected to the speaker, and then it's like, and then she laid on the bed.
Oh
And
yeah,
you're like, what is this?
yeah, what?
It's like, oh, this is the top selling book on the shelves right now for women. It's like, that's what?
Yeah,
What's that Grey's one? The Grey's
50 Shades,
50 Shades of Grey. Dude, that was a
monster,
that was
monster
that
big
was
enough to
I'm telling you.
crazy.
I'm telling you.
But that is so
The narrative's upside
dude.
down. The narrative is upside down. That's all I'm saying.
okay, so that's called smut, by the way. That's what
Yeah.
they call it. My agent, my book agent, she says that this is crazy, but one of the most popular versions, and I don't know if this is the most popular, but a very popular subgenre of like smut is
Amish.
Amish. These women buy these books, and it is like 99.9% women.
Wild.
They buy these books, and they fantasize about being Amish and in these relationships, and that it's like, isn't that the kind of the same thing as a guy watching porn? Isn't it you're escaping your relationship into this fantasy weird nutso book that's talking about doing weird stuff to other people that you're bringing your mind to? It's literally the same thing. It's the same thing. It's such a double standard.
I don't know if this is for all women, but I've got the women figured out, guys. All right, pay attention. If anyone's listening, get your pens and pencils out because I've got them figured out. This is what they want.
This is it. This is it.
This is what they want.
Listen,
This is it. This is it. They want to feel safe and secure. They want protection, and they want a man that can provide. And when I say that I think that plays into that Amish role, right? Like if anything ever happens, who's going to be living? Who's going to be living? It's the Amish people.
Yeah.
The Amish community is going to be living, right? And it goes back to, remember what happened at Chipotle? When I told that lady, if anything bad happens, I told her, give me some extra meat. And she like scoffed at me. She's like, no. And I said, listen, if anything ever happens in this world, I said, I'll tell you what, you'll be happy you gave me that extra meat to give me that extra freaking protein so that I have the strength to protect you. And she was like, I said that to her. And she literally dished me up a bunch of extra meat. I went and sat down, and what did she do?
She came, dude. She handed Daniel a note with her phone number and was like, you should call me. I have a 4-wheeler. Winky face, like winky smiley. And
literally.
Daniel goes, dude, should I tell her that I'm married? Like, I was like, you just don't talk to her. Like, You know, so,
but it was the point of it was that she literally went from I'm not giving you this to I gave her this narrative of protection to she like completely went full circle.
It was wild.
It was wild. Like psychologically for me, it was wild. I was like,
it was
what?
wild.
Yeah, it was so.
Ladies in the
took
chat
your
here,
notes-
let us know.
Yeah,
Is there
let us know.
Is there something to this? Is there something?
We
to
don't-
this?
I
Did we-
really don't know.
Did we crack the code?
I don't know.
Dude, it was so
What the heck
funny.
do I know?
Daniel's freaking out. He's like, dude, I got to tell her I'm married.
I was
Like,
scared.
I was
My IB, I started working up. I was like, I really can't handle this. I go to the bathroom
I
right
was
now.
like, dude, relax.
I'm nervous.
This is hilarious, dude. What are you talking about? Like, relax, man. You're not
I
gonna do
ran out of
anything. Yeah.
I ran out of there. I just ran down the road. I was like, see you later.
I immediately called my wife. You got to hear about this?
Well, I can't remember, but I'm almost very sure there is no nudity in this series. It's about, I don't know, if you guys enjoy the Game of Thrones, just imagine, I guess, Game of Thrones without the nudity, but it's very slow moving. Like I was telling you guys beforehand, it was like, dude, this one sucks. Like, it's really slow. And all of a sudden you're like, dude, episode 3, 4, you're like, yeah, all right, it's getting a little better. And then 5, you're like, wow, dude, this is a banger.
All right, me and my wife are gonna watch it for sure. Is
Um,
it on HBO?
I know
It
for
is.
sure my wife will want to watch it.
And dude, you
She'll be
guys,
all about it.
here's a little extra credit on the bonus. One of the greatest shows I think I've ever seen in my life that is coming out is called Neighbors. There's only one episode out right now, and it's about these neighbors, like real life. I thought it was going to be like a skit, like kind of like Florida Man, how they reenact everything. But what they do is, so it's two neighbors that despise each other. They're following two people, and these two live kind of off grid. They both live off grid for the same reason, but they absolutely can't stand each other. And so it follows these two people that are having a dispute against each other. I could go on about it.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I need a litmus test here from you.
Yeah,
Ozarks. What do you think of Ozarks?
I would put it in top 10.
Top 10?
Yep.
That's a great show.
Okay, first season of Landman, not second season. First season of Landman.
Possibly The Cuff. I mean, for me, like, I guess you got The Office, you got The Waltons, you got Game of Thrones, you got Breaking Bad. I would put Ozarks up there. Those 5 for sure, I guess. Probably top 5.
Best episode of The Office. I can clearly say mine. What's your favorite episode of The Office?
That's pretty tough.
You're talking to an Office junkie.
Okay, I'll tell you mine, and tell me where you think it lands. The one where Dwight like cuts the face off the CPR dummy and where like, the Silence of the Lambs. That is my favorite. Like I literally was on the floor like choking to death from laughing on that episode.
I think that whole season, I think that season 3 or 4, that because then each character starts to really mold into their character more and more and like embrace it. Because then afterwards, when they have to go down to corporate to explain it, then Dwight gets even in more trouble because he can't remember what he did after that. Because he cut the face off, it cost like $10,000 to replace the dummy.
I love how you know this, dude.
That's crazy. I know your brain, man. It's amazing.
Just love it.
So I'm curious what people think, right? Like because I mean, you just gave me 2. I've never even heard of this other one. I gotta re-ask you what is this one?
The Waltons?
No. Sorry, this new one with the
Knights of the Seven Kingdoms.
Okay, I gotta remember that. And then Neighbors.
Are there any Survivor episodes on there? Because
no.
that's my wife and I like.
Oh yeah. What about that other one? What
Lo-
about the
Love Is Blind?
Oh, I guess Better Call Saul is in there too.
What was the one where they were Lost? Lost.
Oh yeah.
We
Lost.
love
That was
that.
big.
We
and
loved
the
it.
ending was garbage.
Yep. Garbage ending, but
I mean, that's the only thing you could assume it being. Like I was hoping it would be something.
Yeah,
like
I
a
felt
little
like
more.
it was kind of that ending gave them a license to do anything to
Yeah.
make, and the story didn't have to make sense. It was like, oh, they were dead.
Yeah.
You know, they were dead the
They
whole
woke
time.
up. It was a dream.
Yeah,
it was
so-
a dream the whole time. Oh.
yeah.
But
And wasn't Stranger Things kind of like that? Didn't they at the end of the series? Because I refused to watch a new one.
I
Didn't
never
they
saw
kind
it.
of come?
Never saw it.
I believe they kind of came back out of the whole thing, and the whole time they were just playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons, and then the end of it, they're
are you serious?
yep.
Ah,
I'm not 100% on that, but that is what I've heard.
it's unfortunate because show started pretty good, but once again, they have to check the boxes of their agenda and have these certain storylines that have nothing to do with the story. It's like,
Yep.
Anyways, let's move on. Let's get to our last episode here. So one more time, Dave, what was the shows? Neighbors and...
So Neighbors first episode just came out, but Knights of the Seven Kingdom final
of the
episode coming out this Sunday.
Final episode this Sunday.
Free promotion.
Is not sponsored by HBO. There's a lot of garbage on that platform.
Dude,
by the way. There's
crap.
a lot of garbage on the platform. Every time I see like what's her name, Jamil Hill. There's a couple of other super libs, and I'm like, as soon as their face pops up on a documentary or something, I'm like, done.
Yep.
Like I know this. I know it's garbage now. Like I don't need to know anymore. This is completely biased trash.
Yeah.
I can't watch it, and that's what HBO is. It's so garbage. But anyways, at least Game of Thrones is on there.
Can you imagine being a writer for one of these movies and then you're like, I created the perfect movie, and they're like, yeah, but does it have
a gay relationship?
Yeah, does it have someone? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like, wait, no, we don't. I mean, like, why? What? No.
Oh, dude.
In order for us to put it on here, it needs to.
Yeah.
There was one good show that came out, or it kind of sounded good. It seemed like a secession type movie, just like power, money inside of Wall Street. And that's all it was. I was like, dude, this actually had a good plot to it. And more of the movie is just putting the same sex in there, kissing and doing stuff. And it's
Right.
like, that's just not
Super
appropriate.
weird.
I'm just over that in any
Super
movie.
weird
I
trend.
like even,
Yeah, it's a weird
I don't even
trend.
want to see regular people, well, straight people. I just want to watch the movie with
Yeah.
the plot.
Yeah. You don't need the sex scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Straight or gay, just like leave it out. Just tell the good story.
Yep.
The Departed, phenomenal movie.
Oh, dude, great one.
Yeah. All right. Last period of today's class, everyone. Last period, then the buses are coming. You can head home. This is our film studies class. Every week we review a documentary or a movie. This week we watched the Epstein documentary review, the Epstein documentary series. There's a 4-parter on Netflix. And then next week we're going to watch Trainwreck Balloon Boy on Netflix. Have you guys seen that one yet?
No.
Phenomenal. And I
Balloon
feel
Boy?
like, yes, and this is such a great thing, I feel like, to just the nature of media in general. And we'll watch that next week. So if you're following along here, we're watching Trainwreck Balloon Boy for next week. This week, the Epstein documentary. This is a story that has been around for a very long time now. We all know a lot about Epstein. We just talked about earlier in the show how it seems as though it has been talked about so much ad nauseum that it's almost losing its power. All these revelations in these emails, everything that happened, every unanswered question is not being answered because it's like, oh, well, yeah, we all know that happened, and let's move on. We're going to war with Iran. It's okay, all right. That's the new thing to talk about. Oh, let's get outraged about this. Let's talk about that. It's like, but they just talked about killing people in these emails.
At least they are investigating. New
get to
Mexico.
that.
Okay, all right.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. But again, that's a positive. That is
It
a
is.
positive.
There is things happening.
Luckily, and that's one of the few things that has happened in terms of this.
Yeah.
But anyways, what do you guys think of the documentary? I'm sure you guys have probably saw it before because it's came out in 2023, I believe. And when I was watching it before I let you guys talk, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they aired all of this on Netflix this long ago. Like we knew a lot of this stuff a long time ago and nothing happened.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, what do you guys think?
The guy was in jail already at one point, right? Like, I think the piece of the whole documentary is, for me, was you watch how this guy, Epstein, one thing which was super bizarre was he was a teacher at a university, a professor, which I thought was bizarre, which he wasn't even credited, but he was working with these teenage girls at a women's school, was it not? I think it was a female college. I might be wrong on that.
I don't think so.
So, okay.
But, yeah.
I might be wrong on
But
that.
it wasn't like a prestigious school. It was a pretty low-end school.
And he, and then he got into got into finance, which was weird. And people kept pushing him up the chain. I mean, he just like snuck his way up, manipulating people.
On the finance one, though, that's why they let him rise up, though, because they saw in him, the guy said, a broken moral compass. And they were like, that's our guy. He's going to run the Ponzi scheme. Let's do it. And that's how he made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then the next piece to me that was a little bit confusing, like how do you get to this point? Is that he has this Maxwell? She's like in on it with him. She's just she's pimping all the girls.
She's procuring all the girls. Yeah.
Like what was the conversation that starts up between him and her? That's like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's start pulling these girls in here and start doing this stuff. I mean, I can't even fathom the idea of like talking about that to another person
I think we had this conversation on the last episode or the episode before, but I feel like these people, and by the way, I have some emails that we're going to read from this that are very, very important, I feel like, and very, very disturbing. So just FYI, if you don't want to read them, but these are real emails from this Epstein files. But what we were saying before is I think these people get so much money, then they have so much money, it doesn't matter. They can do whatever they want. So it's like, okay, what's going to get me excited? What's going to get me off? Let's go for some power. Let's run for power. Let's manipulate people. Let's not do it anymore. Let's do some really messed up stuff. Let's do some like borderline satanic stuff and see if that does it for us now. And let's see if we can get away with it. I think there's probably something in that too. It's like, can we get away with this?
Kind of like drinking when you're 18 or 17. I mean, in a very different way, but
there's another element to drinking when you're doing it like that, when you're getting away with doing the wrong thing. And people, I think, especially, this is true for any class of person, rich person, young person, poor person, like there is an adrenaline rush to that. There's an addiction to that.
Well, with this too, I think that makes it really weird because I don't know how often, I mean, you guys have worked corporate a little bit, but there is a piece and you meet some evil people inside of corporate that don't really, it's almost the enjoyment of watching somebody have to follow what you do without.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
the power trip.
Yeah, dude, they don't care if you do your job well, you do it bad, you do it good, whatever it is. It's more about watching you suffer at the helm of their freaking command. And it's
just walk through TSA, man.
But dude, it's so. But now I think when you add that other element in of a very satanic piece of it, where you're truly controlling somebody and every piece of that person, like I can't imagine that mental psychology of that type of control.
Yeah, I think there's I think it's a little bit of an onion situation going on there too. So it's not like I can just say, hey, it's satanic, which I believe it was truly. Like it was had a lot of evil going on there. But also I think everyone had different interests, you know, I mean, between sex, having information on people, you know, holding stuff over their heads, you know, being able to control people. So I think there was a lot of different moving parts to it. So to put down, I think that's one hard piece to say, well, I didn't like what they did to the girls, right? Well, it's like, well, I had this conversation with another person and I was like, you know, it's funny because you think of like, is killing okay? Is killing okay? Yes or no? Is it? I mean, that should be an easy answer. Is it? Oh, no, it's not okay, right? Now, just say like and this is just hypothetical, but if I could like literally on the average person say, and you could go back right now in a time machine, I put a gun in your hand and you're in front of Hitler to save all these lives, would you kill Hitler? And then you flash back and nobody knows. Would you make the kill, right?
Yeah, of course.
So okay, but you just changed what you did because I gave you a chance to do something without anybody knowing or seeing or for whatever reasoning. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I think my point is I think there was just so many different. It's so complex of what was going on there. It was so complex, and I think a lot of people thought they were just getting away with everything. And let's be honest, they are getting away with it.
Oh yeah,
and I
absolutely.
think they will get away with it at the end of the
I think
day.
majority. There might be a couple of martyrs, but
FBI shows up. Computers are unplugged.
Dude.
Nothing's there,
Dude.
right? Who told them? Here's another weird thing. The ranch that's in is it in Texas?
Mexico.
New Mexico. The ranch was controlled, taken by them, never investigated.
We're gonna,
Like,
get, to
never
that.
searched it.
We're gonna get to that.
And then it got sold, you know, and then the island itself is now sold to somebody too. And they had big plans to renovate it and turn it into a hotel with
Really?
25 rooms. And you know what they've done with it since they bought it? Nothing. And the guy that bought it had no connections, right, to Epstein. But the guy who bought it was close friends to the original financial group that Epstein worked with. Right, so there's a triangular tie
to keep the secrets on.
There's
there.
a triangular
Because
tie inside
there's
here.
rumors that there's a lot of stuff buried on there.
Well, that's what you know, he went in there and he bought it for half price.
Yeah.
of
yeah,
what they had
same
put
with
up
Zorro
for.
Ranch.
Yeah, and
So, what was I going to say? We'll get to the New Mexico thing because there is, like Dave said, there's something going on there. The one thing on the FBI that you talked about when in this documentary that at the time I remember watching it originally and be like, what? When he was first charged, the settlement that they went through was insane. Like he should have gone to jail at that time for like 20 years.
In 2008 or 9?
Whenever he first went. And then he got 18 months, I believe, and he got a work release. He was out of jail for 12 hours a day doing whatever he wanted. He wasn't in jail. And then the other part too is like those girls that they talked about, they reported it to the FBI in 96 and nothing happened until 2008. Yep. What happened there? And so my conclusion, honestly, and this is all speculation, but I believe that he had people on the inside of the FBI. And I believe he still does.
He redid the whole entire Oval Office. That was from Jeffrey Epstein.
I know, from Bill Clinton. Yeah. No, so I think he has some very deep connections, and it reminded, like we said, The Departed. It's like, God, there's dirty cops for sure. They make documentaries about these dirty cops. Dude, he's got dirty cops in there still, even after he died.
This has a very CIA feel to it, like some sort of a, there was reasons that they did what they did.
Yep, I agree with you.
Like it was a very, very much a lot of control over certain people.
Absolutely. Yeah. So let's get to some of these emails here. And this, again, if you're listening to this, folks, this isn't some, tinfoil hat stuff. These are real emails. You can go verify this stuff on the website. You can go to the FBI website and look this stuff up. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And allegedly, not even like a fraction of all the emails have been released to the public. There's I think we have access to 3% of it or something.
Oh my gosh. No, there's a lot. It's
insane. Well, you've seen the congressman going into the closed door viewing of the emails that they can't release to the public, right? You've heard them.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
Oh man,
dude, it's wild.
You hear these congressmen come out of this room and they're like, "It's messed up, man." Like, I'll never be the same of what I just saw. Yes, and we're talking about probably some photos, videos, stuff like that, and that's what they're saying. Like these people in power are seeing this stuff and nothing's happening.
See, that's so disappointing, man.
I hate to say this, but I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene, and maybe take what she says with a grain of salt, because, and I say that because she obviously doesn't like Trump anymore, but she was arguably one of Trump's biggest supporters in the world. I mean, she was mega diehard. She was part of the mega group in Congress. Yeah. She just said, I saw a video of her talk about, she was talking to Trump, and she said to Trump, we got to do something about this. We are in power now. We got to do something. And he said, and I'm paraphrasing here, but Marjorie, if I do that, a lot of my friends will get hurt.
Yep.
That's what that was from her mouth. This is one of Trump's biggest supporters ever. Again, they're not on speaking terms. They hate each other now. So again, she could be making that up, but it would be crazy if she was, because again, she would do anything for him before. So, and I had to say that because I heard her say it. I was like, dude, come on. And it's obvious. It's like, dude, you're trying to brush this under the rug. Why?
Yeah, that's why I think, quite extreme measures back in the day. I mean, some people may not like this. Some people may agree with it. But this is why tarring and feathered corrupt politicians happen before, the Civil War, is because it kept them honest. And I mean, whoever was the judge of that, I don't know if it was, the actual DOJ or anything, but if you have there's been no politician that has been in trouble outside of that one dude from New York who embezzled $20,000 from his campaign funds and went to jail for a bit.
Oh, hold on. Okay, this is, and I think did he get pardoned?
Yeah,
I think he did.
George Sand, but it's like, dude, we need some extreme measures put in place.
The guy in Illinois too, he got pardoned also.
Who?
Was he the governor?
Yeah. No, you're
Illinois?
Right. Yes. Yeah. A lot of these guys get pardoned, but here's one that did get in trouble. That guy that was the Speaker of the House in the late 90s or early 2000s, because he was a pedo. He failed to the top. It's like they almost willed him to the top of Congress because they knew he was corrupt. They could hang this over his head. Let's see. I think he was a Republican, I believe. Speaker of the House.
See, that's right.
Right. Speaker of. We got to go over these emails too. Speaker of.
They're going to martyr a couple people out of this. They won't go down without nobody going.
Yeah, someone's got to go down.
But Prince Andrew went to he just got arrested, but it had nothing to do with this. It had to do with funneling Epstein insider trading information.
Is this his?
It's be like a slap on the hand.
Is it
Dude,
Dennis,
ridiculous.
Dennis Hastert? Is that it? Let's see if I see his face. Dennis Hastert.
It's some weird stuff, though. I mean,
I'm pretty sure that's who it is.
even coming back to the like the child eating and the killing and the
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get to that.
Okay.
Let's get to that. Let's get to the emails. So what Daniel is saying is not crazy. It's not. This is in the emails. And I will say, I think there's some stuff that people are filling in the blanks. With what they want it to be.
Yes.
But there's some, like, for example, and I know there's gonna be people like, no, Tyler, that's not what it means. There was, what was the pizza and Diet Coke or grape soda?
Yep.
Let's go get some pizza and grape soda. People are saying that, what that means is they're gonna go eat some kids and blah blah blah, right? But the speculation is that was his urologist, and they were talking about like STD related stuff or medications and stuff.
Well,
Allegedly, that's what they're saying is the explanation for that. It could mean the most nefarious thing ever.
apparently, though, they do have a decipher code for the keywords. The FBI and CIA have put together that. I want to say Thomas Massey talked
Okay.
about
And
it.
He's probably one of the only ones talking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, emails. We keep
right.
saying we're getting emails, and we're already getting long-winded. So here's one. I think like 3 or 4. This one's crazy, dude. This is the one with the New Mexico. This is in the emails. This is in November of 2019. This guy, I think he was an assistant to Epstein, I believe. He is emailing someone, and these names are blacked out, by the way. This is not, we don't know exactly who this is, but we can kind of guess by the name. So this guy says, Edward, this is sensitive, so it'll be first and last email depending on your direction. You can choose to take it or trash it, but this comes from a person that has been there and has seen it all as a former staff at the Zorro. So a person who worked at Epstein's Zorro Ranch in New Mexico. The material below is taken from Jeffrey Epstein's home as my insurance in case of future litigation against Epstein. Sorry, no questions, all caps. What is damning about Jeffrey Epstein is yet to be written. Did you know somewhere in the hills outside the Zorro, 2 foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madam G? Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex. And then there are 7 links to videos. Here are the video footage of Jeffrey Epstein. This is in the emails. This guy, and then at the bottom it says, please arrange for 1 Bitcoin by 6 p.m. Eastern today. So it could be fake. They could be saying, hey, I'm gonna, I want to get a Bitcoin out of you, which is kind of cheap.
Back then.
Yeah, so it's like a Bitcoin. But this is in the emails. This guy is talking about 2 girls getting killed. There's video links. This is a big deal. And now, so today, they are allegedly investigating this finally. So
Yeah.
this was 2019. Who knows when these girls got killed? What did it say? Yeah, so 10 years later, they're investigating it. This is in the emails.
Remember we just watched this. There was the FBI like took all this information from this guy's black book.
Yeah.
Remember that black book he gave over to the FBI, and the FBI he thought it was like another person. What was it? It was just in this program we watched. The guy that was handing
Black
over all
book?
that information.
Yeah. His little Jeffrey's little black book.
Oh yeah, no, we can go look that up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean,
public information.
but the FBI had nothing's happening. Nothing.
Yeah.
I know.
They voted on it in the freaking Senate.
Damn it, bravo.
Yeah.
All right, so we did this one again. Crazy stuff here. Crazy stuff here. So here's another one. In an email in 2013, this person. This is a longer email, but she says in the email, "You offered this is sorry. Well, let me clarify here. This is from Jeffrey Epstein to this girl. Oh, and he's quote tweeting here. Okay, so this is what she said, and this is Jeffrey's response. In an email sent to Epstein in 2013, she says, "You offered to buy my baby 6 months into our relationship."
That's
What?
wild.
What?
And then he says that would be arguably except for the fact again, it is not like a contrary position does not exist. It exists over and over. Yes, you didn't like taking cash, but took everything else. Talking about buying a 6-month-old baby.
Dude,
Okay, that's in the emails. This is here. I verified it myself. A couple more here, and then we'll talk about it. So here's another one. East Africa trips. This is a thing in there. There's a lot of East Africa trips, Somalia, stuff like that. But this person, let's see, does it say who it is? Peggy Siegel emailed Jeffrey Epstein. And in the email, there are 2 lines that says, we can bring a little baby back for you, or 2, boys or girls, ? So Madonna. What does that mean? Sounds like she's literally offering to bring kids back. Is that So Madonna? Is that a lyric from a song? I don't think so. Again, this is in the emails. And then, so there's 2 more. I'll save the worst one for last. But, hi, Rich. Jeffrey is asking if you can FedEx the painting he had made of the massacre of the innocents to the ranch. It's the large 9-foot by 9-foot canvas that we had rolled out for him to see in the entryway where they are killing babies. He wants to use it on the ranch and is hoping you could FedEx it to arrive by Wednesday. So according to this is how I interpret that. He has a painting where they're killing babies and he wants to hang it in his house. That's insane. That's bizarre.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
That's very bizarre. All right, and the last one, and this is where we've talked about this being very evil already. I'm a firm believer in angels and demons. I 1000% believe that, and I think that this is proof of that. And this is what they had. So someone emailed Jeffrey Epstein. The name is blacked out for some reason, but it says, "Oh, of course, the Oh Jesus is coming trick. You should dress up as him when you see her." Oh, and that's what he's replying to Jeffrey. So Jeffrey said, "You should dress up as Jesus when you see her." And then he says, "Of course, the Oh Jesus, I'm coming trick." And then Jeffrey replies to him, says, it's blacked out, blank said that she felt God's presence next to her when she was in bed. She knows that Jesus watches over her, and he helped save her life. Whoops. And he says that a lot too. This is a thing in his emails, whoops, when it refers to someone dying. He responds with whoops very often. So you got to ask, why is he saying that? It's a very bizarre thing to say. I think RFK's ex-wife, he said whoops to her death. So anyway, so saying that this girl, I would assume a victim, was praying to Jesus when she felt threatened. And he says she knows that Jesus watches over her and he helped save her life. That's what he says in this email. So
this is scary stuff.
Every single one of these, I verified them myself because there's a lot of fake emails out there. But these emails it's in the documents.
And the disgusting thing, this is why I'll never vote until this stuff is released, is because you have people that want to gloss over this like nothing happened. I could name 20 different conservative influencers. The left is more supportive of releasing this than the right is, which is a very disappointing thing. But I'll never vote ever again. If I vote, I kind of do want to get jury duty, so I don't mind the idea of voting. But Jesus Christ is the only thing I'll vote for until I turn 35, then I'm voting for myself. But this is just ridiculous that people...
Wait, you're going to write yourself in?
Absolutely, because I can do a better job than these scumbags.
Okay, so here's a crazy one. I do have a few more emails. So this is from 2010, back when people like Alex Jones, and this was real underground stuff. Not a lot of people knew about this, and when they would talk about it was like, that guy's just crazy. He's just nutso. But this is how they're talking about silencing people here. This is a guy, Al Seckel. They have all sorts of protection around your mugshot. So this was when he got arrested. All sorts of protection around your mugshot picture on Wiki. And so we are hacking Wiki now to remove it and replace it with the photo that you sent, which will have the headline, Jeffrey Epstein, businessman, philanthropist. So they're going on and manipulating his WikiLeaks. He goes on to say, by the way, we also took out you in the sex offender category, or took you out on the sex offender category, and removed the headline in the beginning sentence from Wiki that also stated sex offender, and now it just reads businessman, philanthropist. We recorded the IP addresses of the people who were going in and changing our edits back and actually hacked the site to block them back in. That's why the site has been stable. Winky face. So they're going in, anyone going in talking about this, they were literally silencing them on Wiki. And who knows how else they were doing this? In the movie, in the documentary, they're literally threatening the girls, threatening their lives. The girl moved to Ohio and they said, you're not safe anywhere. Some more interesting bit about the guy that was emailing Jeffrey Epstein there. This guy, and I checked this too, this is true. That dude who was emailing Jeffrey there was married to Ghislaine Maxwell's sister and was found dead from a self-inflicted, I can't say it on YouTube, at the bottom of a cliff in France days after he died and animals had been eating parts of his body. So he just had a mysterious death. A lot of mysterious deaths around these people. So I thought that was, I don't know what that means exactly, but it's kind of crazy. And again, we could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on about these emails. There is wild, wild stuff in them, and it's
disgusting.
It's disgusting. It's real. Evil exists. We live in such a comfortable, coddled world that we're just like, Even myself, like 10 years ago, I would hear this. I'd be like, dude, you're crazy. That's not real. What are you, like, reading a book and just regurgitating this as truth? This is real.
That's why I loved AJ. Right after I saw Endgame, dude, I was hooked. Like, there's something else out there, man.
I admire his passion.
I haven't heard these. I'm just like processing them right now. I'm a little bit like
so
taken
for
back.
someone who hasn't heard this stuff, is it pretty unbelievable?
And this is something that we do here. Like Tyler will show up and dump stuff at us, and I'm just kind of like, what is going on now in the world? Like, it just it's mind shock. I don't even know what to think. I think my first feeling, I feel like it's like, remember they had that painting of Bill Clinton in the dress, and then you think of the assassinations. Supposedly, right? Or not assassinations, what I can't say the word, those things.
Yeah. And then Bill Clinton, or not Bill Clinton, you had George Bush with the 2 planes. And do you want to know the most years that are showing a gap inside of the Epstein file releases is like 99 to 2002. There is an absolute dead zone of email releases.
So on that, there's an email from Jeffrey Epstein to Ghislaine asking if she wants to be on the 9/11 secret commission, and she denied it. So, but it was like, and he said this is a private list, like nobody knows. So I thought that was kind of weird. It's like, what? How are you involved? Oh, that was the other one. Sorry, I have to say this one too. So there's an email from a person whose name is redacted, so we can only speculate who it was from. But they are. In the email, it says, let's discuss next steps, how to officially involve the WHO and the CDC. I hope we can pull this off in reference to a pandemic. So it says, please find a draft agenda for the meeting on preparing for pandemics as requested. This is March 19th, 2015. So 5 years before all this stuff went down. Kind of weird. Kind of, who was he emailing? What were they emailing about exactly? And why was Jeffrey Epstein involved in that?
Exactly.
This is so... again, this is really hard to wrap my head around.
One more time, I have to emphasize this. This is not conspiracy. These are real emails. This is what all these powerful people were saying to each other behind closed doors for years.
But these emails, you think that they would be... One thing I don't like about this is the emails are very choppy, meaning that, one, it's cryptic, right?
Yep.
The second is that we don't have like the string of emails. It's like, well, what happened before that email? It's kind of like taking a Bible verse.
Well, there's
some
chains in here. There's some chains.
Is there? Okay. Because sometimes it feels like that when I hear this information.
So
though,
out of
where
context,
I'm like, is this in context? Is it not? Because the one concern that I always have, or I've had more recently than in the past, I'm like, nothing is getting done. Where is the Department of Justice at? Why is no one getting convicted? Then I start wondering. I even start questioning: is this even real? I mean, is the reason that they're not getting convicted because it's all a bunch of lies?
Yeah.
It's all a bunch of BS.
Just this week's outrage.
Right. Is this week, trying to, do, a diversion to try
Fill
to get
airwaves.
us
Because some of the rumor is if everything was released, it would, like, the system would collapse.
So, okay, there's some misinformation that I think is important. There is a very vile quote, alleged quote from Pam Bondi, that if we charged everyone, literally the system would collapse. Never said it. I'm just saying. That's probably actually true.
Yeah.
But people are making quotes about this stuff that's not true.
Yeah.
I think it's valid to question why is she like so against going deeper into this and charging people. But it doesn't help, and it devalues the actual stuff that's going on when people make fake stuff like that. And that one right there.
I'm talking AJ.
What do you say? Oh, that's what he said.
Yeah.
No, he's right. He's absolutely right. And that quote is right, but she never actually said that.
No,
it
never quoted her when he said that either. He said that the amount of people and the amount of involvement from both sides of the aisle would absolutely destroy the trust in the government, and it would collapse the system we would never trust the government again if we knew the actual depth of what's going on.
See, and this is my one red flag. This is me personally. My one red flag with Trump is like, isn't that the point? Like, isn't that drain the swamp? Aren't we supposed
this is
to
the
be
most
draining
perfect
the
opportunity.
swamp?
Yep.
Like so, and here we are again. Remember, if I was in charge, you'd be in jail. It's like,
I'd hire
and what
a
happened?
special prosecutor.
You know what happened to
Nothing.
Hillary Clinton? Not a thing. What happened with the emails? Not a thing.
Nothing.
Like, what's happening?
Nothing.
I mean, after all of this stuff, nothing happens. It's a giant nothing burger, constant nothing burger.
And
of
that's-
prosecution.
And that's where Trump has done more damage to people's trust in government than releasing all this stuff and charging people.
Yep.
He's lost me. He's lost
Oh,
me,
he's
at least
lost
on
me.
this. He's done some good stuff, but
No, yeah, he's done some great
There's
stuff.
still
No, this
people
is
out there-
huge.
there's still
This-
people out there though that will, defend. Here, it's coming, Tyler. It's coming. Dude, you guys have been saying this since 26. It's 10 years later. Nothing's happened.
Yeah.
A decade.
Nothing's happened, and
decade.
he's not going to be in power here. He's probably not going to be in power after the midterms because the Republicans are going to get murdered.
It's going to be done.
At least with those people, the one thing I appreciate with those people is at least they have hope on this. There's other people that say we gotta quit looking at it. This is worthless. It's a waste of our time, and we gotta focus on the bigger picture.
Drives me
Dude,
nuts.
this is the big picture.
Drives me nuts.
Because this is the power that has been lasting. I would say, you go back to the Bohemian Grove, you go back to many different areas throughout society that you could probably, I hate saying connect the dots, but this guy did not just start this idea when he
Right.
was around. This
Right,
idea was
right.
passed on to
Oh, it's
him
way- yeah.
from someone else.
Right.
This is
right. Absolutely.
I even hate to say it. This whole Epstein thing is micro. I think that there's a big macro out there
Yeah.
of the control, like people that we're being controlled. That's just a piece. He's just a piece of the cog in the wheel of the control.
Yeah, no, for sure. For sure. There's probably other islands out there, other people like Jeffrey Epstein, that this is still going on. Guarantee it.
Well, the Canadians did arrest their Epstein, and this was a few years ago. I mean, I won't go down the rabbit hole that much, but maybe there is a little hope. I mean, if
Yeah, we gotta
Canada
get
does
going
it,
here. Well, and then Prince, whatever his name is.
Dude, he got charged on BS insider
Andrew.
trading info.
Andrew, yeah. Yeah, so whatever. As long as they can make it stick, that's all that matters. Because screw that guy. Screw all these people involved. Anyone covering it up. It's very, very disappointing, that's for sure. But we got to get going here. You guys got any parting words? Any parting words for the fine folks of our fine students of Zeducation University?
Again, I had put, if you guys want us to cover any topics, I'm always curious what people want us to cover, right? And if you actually take the time and email me, Dan at that Dan Show, I'll look at stuff. I've been looking and I haven't gotten a single email, actually, surprisingly. So, I'm looking for stuff to look into and go down a rabbit hole on things.
I always like a suggestion too. It always helps.
Yeah,
I would
it does.
say I would say it's probably easier for them to just comment it because
yeah, they can comment
whenever
too.
asking someone to go to other platforms just filters out more people.
Sure. The only problem with the commenting for me is like sometimes like you'll reply to the comment and it will disappear. So I got to go into whatever.
Yeah.
You comment it. You know what? Just comment it.
Yeah, you know what? I'll leave you guys on a good note today. Go enjoy some good music. Put on some Skinner. Throwback. Enjoy the tunes. Because you know what? Music just brings happiness, man.
Just go to church on Sunday. That's all that matters,
Yes.
dude.
Yeah.
That's it, dude. It's all that matters. This is all.
War pigs
this
are
is all-
coming down, man.
Yeah, and obviously we take this stuff seriously, but I hope this is an entertaining show. That's what we want it to be. We want it to be fun and talk about serious stuff like this, obviously, because I think it is important. But yeah, no, I hope you guys enjoy the show. Once again, if you are watching on YouTube, head over to Spotify, Apple, check it out on there. Leave us a review. Helps grow the show. And vice versa. If you're listening on your podcasting app, head over to YouTube. We'll be posting the clips throughout the week. So go check that out. And that's it for today's show. I'm Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation University. We have a jam-packed episode today.
Sorry. That's the worst thing you've ever said.
Well, this is breaking news to me. I haven't heard anything about this.
Quick story time.
I had that freaking near fatal collapse.
You didn't.